Hey, Darla. Good morning, guys. Happy marvelous Monday, as Julie would say. Pick up some stuff here. How you doing? How was your weekend, Darla? Let me go ahead and tweet. How you doing? It's Hi, Angie. Good. Yeah, I was busy. I did do a impromptu stream yesterday. And a Saturday, I went out and saw Denise. That's good over half a day because up to north of Atlanta, and back and visiting and all that. So Saturday was pretty much spent doing that. Hi, Juanita. She spins. Good morning. Good afternoon, Gaga. So anyway, yeah, it was a quick weekend. The weekend went fast because Saturday we went up there, and then yesterday I did stream, and so that it went fast. So I have some new books, and I got some from Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and then the girl from Etsy sent me this one, and so I'm going to show all these. Oh, and this was Books a Million, Ant-Man color book. So I'll show all these, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. Hi, Crystal, Pamela. Anybody else I missed? Can y'all hear me? Okay. Hopefully, hopefully. Let's move some of these pencils. Make some space. And then probably either this, I didn't get over and make my prints of my owl, so I'll probably do that either today or tomorrow. Hi, Melody. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Lurk away. Lurk away. Glad you're here. Hope you're doing okay. I know it's already night for you. Oh, thanks, Darla. Thanks, Crystal. So good to see you, Melody. Hope you're doing okay. I know I don't see you a lot of other streamers, but then sometimes I'm watching recordings and the chats aren't there. So sometimes I don't even know if you're there or not. Hi there. Oh, sorry. Okay, so Melody. Thank you. Yes, faithfulness. Faithful. I did give away, I think 3 or 4 of your books last week. I still got two more to go. I got 2 more of your books to give away. I'll probably do that on Wednesday, Faithful. So thanks again for sending those. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I've been giving them away. And like I said, I'll give away 2 more on Wednesday. I usually do a book giveaway the first Wednesday of the month, but because Faithful sent me so much, I went ahead and did a giveaway last Wednesday. So yeah. So let's see, Elena. Hi, Janet. Janet should get Happy Mail today. Maybe she'll get it before her show. I don't know. I told her, I said, you don't have to show it if you don't want to show anything on your show. But I sent Janet some stuff. So, oh, okay, all right. Well, I didn't know if I'd been missing you, Melody. Haven't seen you on a lot of streams, but like I said, a lot of streams I go to, I don't make them live. So by the time I get to them, it's not long enough before the chat appears because I don't know, for whatever reason, the live chats from live streams don't always appear right away. And so, sometimes I don't see the live chat. Hi, Zeely. Did I make that too light? That looks pretty good, I think. I don't want to make it too light or too dark, but I think that's pretty good. How you doing, Zeely? Good to see you. Who else? Hi, Joy. Hi, Andrew. Good morning. How's it going? Good to see you. Hope everybody in your family's doing well. Darla. Let's see. Mixon, welcome. So yeah. So if you are just joining us for the first time, or you're watching the recording, I'm Dee Dee. I usually come on a little bit early before my official stream times are 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday and Wednesday. Um, and maybe Janet and I are going to start doing a Thursday. We'll see. But I usually come on a little early to chit chat and say good morning. So if you don't like the chit chat, just scrub on by. Just slide that little bar. So anyway, hi D Richie, Candy, Beth. Anybody else I'm missing coming in? Good to see you. Yes, I got books to show today. Like I said, I got some from Barnes and Noble, Amazon, no, Books a Million, Amazon, and then this came from a girl on Etsy that sent me her new color book. So, you have to watch them. Okay, all right. Teresa Inked. No, I did not see that, but I'll go. I didn't see your link, Faithful Mess. I don't know. Did I even go on Instagram yet this morning? I don't know. So I will. If you send it to me on IG, I'll go look at it in a little while. Thanks, Faithful Mess. No, I don't. I don't know. Let's see what else. What else is going on? Did everybody have a good weekend? What did you do? I streamed yesterday and worked on a poster. I'll show it to you. So I worked on a collage poster yesterday. I had a third copy of Abandoned Castles. So, I have in my abandoned books, I have one that I work in, one that's untouched, so you can see the before and after. And I have a third abandoned castle that I'm using to make 21 posters out of. And they're going to like a series. And they're not, and people ask, well, are you going to sell? No, these are not for sale. I always link Kieran Connolly. He's the author of the abandoned books that I work in, and I give him full credit for his books, but I don't sell these, guys. I don't sell these. I work on them mostly to show you guys how to do collage, get inspiration, show you how you can make everything from a tiny little art card to a full-on poster. These posters are 22 by 29 and a half or something like that. So they're for your inspiration and my pleasure. So this is the one I'm working on from yesterday. There's a little shine there. So if you want to see some of this being worked on, I did a 2.5 hour impromptu video yesterday where I worked on this one, and I'm really liking it. So I got more to do on it, but and this what I just showed you, that is that's probably a total of about 5 hours worth of work, because I'd worked on it for a couple of hours before I came on the stream, and so that I could have a lot of the detail left to do, so you could see me with stirs, or even sometimes in the abandoned books we get all the stuff glued down and and started painting it out, and then our 3 hours is up. So when I'm doing these, I have them all based down, glued down, backgrounds painted, and then I start working on the details, so you can see something different than just the start of a collage. Well, although I do finish some of the abandoned book pages or the art card pages, but you don't get to see some of the stuff that I think is fun. So, okay. All right, Faithful. Thank you. Thank you again for the books you sent. Again, I'm going to give 2 more away on Wednesday. I have them sitting here, but I want to set them out so I don't forget. Don't forget to give those last two away on Wednesday. Let's see. Joy, who else? Barbara, Carla, Chris. Anybody else I missed coming in? Thanks, Flo. Hi, Flo. Anybody? Little thumbs up. Anybody else I missed coming in? So yeah, y'all want to talk about anything y'all are working on? Any classes? I did talk about yesterday when I did my impromptu Southern Gal Designs, Tiff. She did a little video, and Eileen was here yesterday, so she talked about it a little. There's a Wanderlust 2021 pre-sign up. I'm not in it. I don't know that I'd do it, but it looks kind of fun. But I've never taken any of those Wanderlust classes, but Eileen's done them all. I think this is going to be the 6th year. But Southern Gal Designs Tiff did a little promo for the classes, and I don't even think you can sign up till September. Or you have to sign up before September to get the $99 prize. Anyway, so we talked about that yesterday. I don't know if anybody else is taking the Wanderlust classes. Like I said, I know Eileen will. So if Eileen comes in, maybe she can talk about it. She said that she loves them and that they're the best classes in that kind of classes that she's taken. Yeah, this is I was kind of surprised at this. Now I haven't got very far in it, as you can see. What I like about this, it's not only talking about women artists, but it has little prompts. Every chapter, it gives you prompts, like when they talk about portraits, a portrait artist or three, however many is in the chapter. When they talk about a portrait artist, she gives you a portrait, self-portrait prompt. So it's kind of cool that she gives you prompts in between talking about the different women artists. So, Janice says she thinks you have to sign up before September. Okay. And so anyway, yeah, I'd ordered this off of Amazon. I'd had it in my cart for a while. So I ordered this off Amazon, and I got these botanical postcards. Looky there. I got these botanical postcards off of Amazon. And then I also got my mom's birthday present off of Amazon. I ordered it early. I think she kind of knows what one of them is. But anyway, I won't show them here in case she watches. But yeah, so I had an Amazon order. This is another a spare copy, but I already had this a year ago. But they had this for sale with these two at Barnes and Noble, so I got that over the weekend. And then this comic color book, I got this at Books A Million, and then this Zodiac color book I got from a girl on Etsy that sent it to me and wanted me to show her color book. So yeah, so we got a lot of things to show today, and yeah, I thought it would be a fun book day, and we'll see, if we'll get to work on anything. But I do need to get over to make prints of my big samurai owl print, black and white, that I did, inked black and white print. Or piece of poster. It was a poster size, and of course it'll be shrunk down to 8x10 or 8.5x11 size. So hi, Pacola. Oh no, what happened? Oh, sorry, wrong one. Hi, Joy. What happened, Pacola? So is there weather issues there, or what happened? Sometimes you just never know. You never know what's going on. But hopefully it gets resolved quickly, Pacola. Let's see. Yeah, I know, right, Jen? Jen goes, hi, Pacola, but comes back soon. So Yeah. So, what did everybody else do this weekend? Anything exciting? Like I said, I went out and saw my daughter and visited for a while on Saturday, and did a impromptu stream yesterday, and here we are. So I guess nobody did anything. Did anybody do anything? Do y'all want me to go ahead and start? Let's see. Zelia goes, Dee, do you know what you're doing for Inktober? Yes, I usually, this will be my 6th year. I've done Inktober for 5 years. I've completed Inktober for 5 years. I do not have any idea what I'm going to do. I don't usually do the Inktober official Inktober prompts. I make my own theme. Last year was movie monsters my way, so I don't know what I'm going to what my theme is going to be, or if I'll follow the prompts. I've never followed the prompts, so I don't know if I want to follow the prompts or do I want my own thing. The thing about the prompts are kind of all over the place. They're not one specific thing, which is why there's all these different prompts. But I kind of like the idea of having a theme, but I don't know. Hi, Tina. Tina from Sweden. Let's see. Yeah, I like the movie Monsters. It was one of my favorites too. Although I did like my cats and calligraphy one, where I did my cats in Halloween costumes, well, or as characters, with calligraphy on each one, different calligraphy based on whatever they were. But yeah, that was fun. Let's see. Admiral Catherine, I did the fairies in fall collaboration all weekend. I'll work and learn. Okay, thanks, Admiral Catherine. No, I is it like a collabor? I mean, was it like a tag? Not a tag. What am I thinking of when they go from stream to stream? Mary does them all the time. Not a tag. What is that called when you go from stream to stream? That word has escaped me right now. Hi, Deborah Cook. You like a theme too? Yeah, Janet says she likes a theme. Janet's done vintage toys, vintage. What else, Janet? I can't think right now. Janet did a whole bunch of different vintage themes every year. Vintage seed packets, vintage toys. I forget the other ones. No, these are not to color. These are actually postcards with different botanicals on them. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, candy. That was the other one, Zelie. She did vintage candy. Yeah. Vintage. A hop. Thank you, Tina. Was that a coloring hop? Admiral Catherine. Is that what you're in? It was a coloring hop. Thank you, Tina. I cannot think of it. I'm tagged, linked. Hi, Scooby. Good to see you. We had my nephew's wedding this past weekend. His bride was beautiful, and so was their venue. Awesome. Congratulations, Scoobs. Congratulations. Let's see. Oh, Rain. Been there, done that, Rain. Been there, done that. And I was only 48, I think, when that, for me, I think. Yeah. No, I was 42. I think I was 42, Rain. Yeah, I was 40. I was 42. So I hear you, Rain. I hear you, girl. Let's see. Deborah said I finally did a color a book page, Deborah, or a coloring hop. There you go, Rain. let's see what else. What else is going on? So I think we'll go ahead and start a few minutes early, and I'll show you what all I got. Yesterday, I did show some of the other color books that I bought recently, and showed. I didn't show them in any kind of depth. I showed you again my Titan Mouse of Might. I am reading this, and I'm loving it. This is Gary Shipman, and I backed his campaign. You need to go over to Gary Shipman YouTube channel, and he'll have links for all his Indiegogo and his on demand and his books and everything and his sketchbook. I have one of his sketchbooks coming. I bought his what was it called? Goth and Pretty and Goth or something. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it's one of his sketchbooks I have coming. So I showed that. And then, of course, I show my loans. I've had these for a while, but they were in my new pile, my newest pile. My Lone Star 1 and 2, Mike S. Miller, Blacklist Universe on YouTube, and then these I got off Amazon from recommendations. Now, this one I'd heard of from a couple of people, and the Comic Book Hut did a review on, I think, the prelude. But anyway, this is Robert Kirkman's newest, as far as I know, his newest series. Y'all know he did The Walking Dead, and it's Firepower, and it's about a kid that goes looking for like kind of like a Shambhala type situation, and then he has a mentor, and then he has to go. I don't want to tell y'all the whole story, but I'm just going to flip through so you can kind of see how nice it is. So I'll probably, I don't want to say collect, but read them, read these Firepower. And then these two were recommended to me. By someone. They came out in 2016, and I'd heard of them, but I never bought them. And they said, "Oh, you need to, get these two." So Paper Girls won, and again, it's kind of like, from what I understand, like a girl gang power thing. And then Saga. This is volume 1, and there's more than one volume of these, but I just bought the first volume of Paper Girls and Saga just so I can see if I like them first. So I bought these two series, volume 1, to read, and no opinion on those yet. I haven't started them. So I have to kind of intersperse my stuff like that I'm reading with other things. So, because I do read a lot, but let's see. I'm reading, trying to catch up with chat. Everybody's talking to each other. Deborah says loves Kirkland. Have you read that one yet? Or have you heard of it, or know of it, or are you going to read it, Deborah? Firepower. Okay, so we'll go ahead. I don't see any more things addressed to me. Don't forget, guys, if you want to talk to me, put it in caps. I won't think you're yelling at me. I'll think you're trying to get my attention. Hi, Gail. Let's see who else. I probably miss people coming in. Oh, you read The Walking Dead. Okay. I didn't know if you read or heard of that one yet. It just came out in July. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to head on. Well, I'll just go ahead and start with this because we're talking comics. These were marked down to $2.97. So I got one for me and one to give away. And I already got the person I'm giving it away to, so don't email me. But anyway, Color Your Own Ant-Man and the Wasp. And it's a color book based on the comic book Ant-Man. So here's a picture colored. So if you want to see, of course, you know me, guys, if I color something like this, I'll color it anything I want. I might put Ant-Man in a red costume in one, and a green one. And I just like coloring whatever I want to color, but you can color it however you want. But look at all the detail in this. This would be so fun to color. I have a whole bunch of other comic books and story books and like Outlander, Game of Thrones, the different ones that came out over the years. I can't think of them all right now, but anyway, so I got that because they were only $2.97. So I got two of those. Okay, so that's the comic stack. Thank you, Flo. Hang on, Ange. I'm going to show it now. Ange goes, I can't wait to see the botanical. I'm going to show it last now, Ange. I'm not bad. No, I don't know. And yes, I'm the boss of my coloring book. I can color them any way I want, can't I, Carla? Hi, Christine, C.L. Aldridge. Good morning. Anybody else I missed? Hi, Mrs. Gigi. Good to see you. Did you get, it might have been too soon yet. I don't remember if you were international. Did you get your happy mail yet? From, I think it might have been, it might have just gone out last week. I don't remember. I lose track. I write it all down. It's in a book, but I lose track of my happy mail. If I have to go look it up, I have it all written down, but where things go, and I keep my tracking and all that when tracking's possible. So to make sure you guys get your happy mail. If you have super chatted me or PayPal tip jarred me and you did not get something, make sure you gave me your address. And number two, then let me know if you didn't, because I like to make sure everybody got their happy mail and their thank yous. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see what I want to do. Okay, let me go ahead and show. Let me go ahead and show this because I think I have it in my copy and paste. Let me make sure I have this. Yeah, here we go. All right, so there's the link to this book on Etsy. And she sent this to me, Victoria Klein. There's her name right there. And now shipping's probably going to be horrendous, but anyway, there's the link to her Etsy. And she is also, let me tell you her name on IG. So if you want to follow her on IG, let me go over here. Hang on, I'm looking for it. She is Animal and Fantasy Illustration. Let me click on her so I can get the full name. Animal and Fantasy Illustrator. That's her full name on IG. But there's her Etsy right there. I just put that in. Now, first I'm going to start by saying I do not do astrology. I believe in astronomy, the science and the stars. I don't do astrology, like telling your fortune and stuff like that. But this to me is just another art book to me. So don't anybody email me. She has all kinds. She has the zodiac signs, and then she has different animals representing them. So let's see let me zoom in one here. Hang on. Let me zoom in. And let's see if I need to lighten it just a little so it shows up. There we go. That looks good. I think you can see that. And she's got all kinds of very cool fantasy type animals and art to go, like the archer, the different symbols for the different astrology. And well, in astronomy they have the names too, but this is the astrology. And the different animals representing the different star systems. And so I thought this was very cool. I have one picked out that I want to color. I don't know if I'll get to coloring it today. Hi, Tracy. Anybody else I missed? I don't know if I'll get to coloring it today, but I wanted to kind of show you. And then she has a little symbols on each one. And the only thing that I would have suggested to her, there's no like table of contents to tell you what is what, to tell you which is which, like what symbol goes with what. Some are obvious, but some are not. And if you don't, I guess you'd have to look up the little symbols to know. She sent me a card with a picture of her puppy. This is the one I think I'd like to color, the narwhals. I like the narwhals, but again, I'm not sure if this is Pisces or Aquarius. I'm not sure. I think it would have been nice to have the list of which was which in the contents. Of course, there's the crab. And then I guess she says me. I don't know if that's her symbol or what. Is that a bear? So anyway, I thought this would be a fun to do the narwhal one here. And yeah, so I thought that was very cool. So I put her link in there. So if you like zodiac symbols or zodiac signs or animals and representation. That being said, I want to show you this book. If you like the idea that God is in the stars, not necessarily to tell your fortune, but I would recommend this book right here, The Witness of the Stars. Now, this was written back let me see the year he wrote this. And it's very, very good, showing you, it's from 1893. So you know that a lot of things have been updated since then, but this shows the cycle of astronomy going in a circle around the constellations and everything. I love this book. I've had it for, I can't even tell you how many years, but I thought I'd pull this out to show you that there is something to the stars. It's not, in my opinion, it's not for fortune telling. It's to witness to God. But anyway, so there's that. All right, next, let me go ahead and show you these. Yeah, you like it, Melinda? Melinda said that she liked it too. I know, right? It's very in depth, so it's not something you just read like in a day. It's very very in depth. Okay, so then the next thing I got this at Amazon. 100 postcards. Y'all know I got the 100 postcards of the paint shit, not the Pantone, the Pantone color postcards with 100 different Pantone colors, and I got that to do the. Let me grab it. I got these on Amazon as well. And look, they come in a big box with 100 in them. And I got this. Let me pull the 2 or 3 that I've done here. And so I did this one. So there's like a Pantone challenge on IG. And you can hashtag Pantone challenge, and then you either paint them or match them, and there's all kinds of different ways to do it. But I did this one and I did this one, and then I had I had this one from another, so I kind of connected those two, kind of like this. So I connected those two. This was a Pantone chip card I had from previously, but I put those two together, and then I had this Pantone came in here, and I worked it with this one. So I think I did it like that. So they're kind of fun to do. I just do them whenever, just I feel like picking up a little bit of paint and just some playing with the color. And but you don't have to have these. You can do different things on different paint chips, right? Different paint chips. If you want to do just paint on paint chips. So I just wanted to show you that. It's the same type of box that the botanicals came in. Oh, thank you, Picola. Picola just put a link in for the botanical. Oh, sorry, that's a different one. Grabbed. Sorry, Janet. There's the link for botanical cards. So again, it's 100 postcards. It has a little ribbon in it, so you can pull them out if you want to grab them. I just dump a whole thing out like this. And they're your standard postcards, right? They're your standard postcards, and there are 100. So if you want to practice drawing, or if you just want to study different, florals, botanicals, and I'm just going to kind of flip through some of them. Hi, Becky Kalura. So you can see They're just really pretty. And they have the name on each one. Should I go through the all 100? I want y'all to see. They're good for like if you want to study or practice a watercolor or practice your drawing. Of course, you can find this stuff online, guys. I'm not going to lie. You can find botanicals online all day long. But I really liked having a whole set of them. Now, what I'll probably do with them is use, I'll probably, me, I'll probably put them in art journals or, something like that. But if you do, they're pretty thick, cardstock weight. So if you do decide to use them, unless you use it as a flip or something, like if you washi tape it into a journal or something, if you wanted to do a study all these, or if one of your kids really likes studying botanicals, you could make a book out of it and washi tape it into the book, where you could flip it over, and then they could flip this over and then write about each one. They could write about each one, or however many they want to do, or you do. Write the information about each one, where it grows, how long it takes, all the information that you could gather on the individual, rose apple, and make like your own little botanical reference book. Yeah, or they can make, pockets or, flaps, doors, anything in your art journal. But I'm just saying, if you want to make a project out of it, you could use them to study the individual plants. Like I started doing with the bees, when I started doing a bee study of bumblebees, well, it was really just bees. And then I found out there was 20,000 species of bees. And I don't care about bees that much. Yeah, so I'm not an entomologist here, so I did not finish that study of the bees. I did a couple of pages of bee study, but when I wasn't going to, I wasn't going to do 20,000 bee studies. But you might want to do a few of these botanicals, because look how pretty they are. It reminds me of Janet doing her watercolor flowers. Although Janet fills the whole page, the background and everything when she does her watercolors. But that one's really pretty, isn't it? The variegated flowered costus. But you could write what country they originated in, or that they are in, and the history of them, if there's any medicinal purposes to any of them. You could do all that, you could do all that. So I really thought they were pretty. How tie towel? Let's see. Okay, so it comes in this nice box. They all these little postcards do. If you see these different 100 postcards, like the Pantone ones, there's all kinds. There are all kinds of ones like these, and they're really good quality, nice boxes, nice heavy cardstock. So there is that. All right, then the next thing I'm going to show you these last, so we can kind of go through them, maybe pull things out, play with it a little bit. So the next thing I got this on Amazon. I got these at Barnes & Noble over the weekend. I already had this from about a year ago, the Paper Lovers one. And then I saw Kathy and Colleen had already picked up these two at, I guess I got them at Barnes & Noble. I don't remember where they said they got them. I said, well, I got to get those too, Let me get a sip of my juice here, guys. So, so I'm going to show those. You have the Paper Lovers. Yeah, this one's big, thick one. These are a little thinner, but there's lots of stuff in them. All right, so let me go ahead and tell you about this, because I really was surprised at how much I like this book. Well, not really, but I was impressed with the extra little prompts that she put in there. I thought it would just be more like a history or maybe modern day women artists. And because apparently there's a big important art book, but this one's with women. I think there's another one. I didn't look into it. I just saw this one. Hi, Jerry. Uh, the big important art book now with women by Danielle Krissa, right there. And what she did is every chapter, like she would talk, the first chapter is about self-portraits. So that she'd talk about the self-portrait, different artists, but there's prompts for you to do with self-portrait. So I really like the idea of having some little prompts in here. And it's a nice book. It's a nice hardback. It's heavy. It's, put out by Running Press. And apparently Danielle Krissa used to have a blog called The Jealous Curator. I don't know if she still does. I don't remember. I used to be into a lot of blogs, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And so I'm not into blogs anymore because I'm on YouTube and all the time. So I don't know if she still has a blog, but it's Jealous Curator. And so the different chapters are Play with Portraits, Tell a Visual Story, and she has subtitles to all these too. I'm not reading those. Obsess, Meditate, Repeat, Bring the Outside In. Excuse me, guys. Create Extraordinary from Ordinary, Make Craft into Art, Add a Wink, Work with Women, Modernize the Traditional, Capture Childhood, Share with the Public, Look to the Past, Explore Abstraction, Layers of Layers, Freeze a Moment in Time. So those are the chapters. And then she has different women's articles. Let's see here. Zoom in one more. Articles about different women artists, but then she also has prompts for you to do. Oh, thanks, Deborah. I love book. My people go, oh no, more book enabling. But hey, we love our books. So I'll maybe adjust the light depending on here. Let's see, maybe I need to prop it up just a little. Let me put something. Let's put something behind here too. I want something to distract, but I need something to kind of prop. There we go. Just to prop it up a little, take the glare off. And so she opens up her first sentence with, have you ever flipped through a beautiful art history book or studied art history for that matter and wondered, where are the women? So anyway, other than Frida or what's the desert lady's name? I don't know that she mentions her, but you know who I'm talking about. See, my mind is on 5 different tracks. So when I try to go on a 3rd or 4th rabbit trail, Georgia O'Keeffe, there's a few women that are very well known. I see what you did there. I'm not sure what. Hi, Eileen. And so she just talks about, I don't know if she gets too much in past history women because I've only got to a certain point of reading it, and but we'll see. I'm going to kind of do a little flip through. So I've read a couple of chapters. So anyway, she talks about different, like this Annie Kevin's modern day, but there's a project on the beginning of each chapter. So she has like 3 different prompts for you to do. Like this one's on to do self-portraits of yourself, and she has 3 little prompt things to do with self-portraits. So every chapter has a little project for you to do based off of the topic of that chapter. And it's just very interesting. Of course, I love reading about artists and their sketchbooks and their process and their history and all that. And here's this Naomi Akubo, and in Japan. And I love how she puts herself in her paintings. So she has herself in all the paintings, and they're very floral. And I started reading, I read this one. And so, anyway, just different histories of them, what they went through, and then tell a visual story. The next one has a project about telling a visual story, how you can tell your own story, whether you're writing it, drawing it. And she's got 3 different little projects. And I think there's going to be 3 in each one. And like this lady here, Esther Pearl Watson, born 1973. I think she was born in Germany, lived in the USA, and she does this kind of like folk art uh, descriptions of her childhood and growing up. A lot of them are in Texas, so that was kind of cool because I can kind of recognize kind of things. Then there's comics, and now this is where I've left off reading. So I haven't read any more of the histories after here. This I'm just up to page 31. So I've only read like 3 of the histories, but I'm reading them. So, I just move my post-it note as I go. But yeah, the book is beautiful with just different types of art. Are y'all able to see that? All different types of art and artists. And again, there's a project for each one. So that was a nice, pleasant surprise to me. I didn't buy it for the prompts, but because there are prompts in there, it makes it it makes it special to me to have it in there. So I'm just going to kind of flip through, bringing the outside in. And it's a big, heavy book. It's very well made. It's a nice, glossy paper, beautiful book. I think it's probably $25 or something like that. Um, some people go out and buy them a new pair of shoes. I go out and buy me a new book. Add a wink. And again, projects. So I'm just going to kind of do a flip just so y'all can kind of get an idea. There's just tons and tons of women artists. And how they got started, their history, what they're doing now. And then, like I said, they have the projects. So yeah, and there's Danielle Crissa right there. And it's a nice. I love square books. I just like the format. Not to me, Christine. Not to me. Well, books in general. So I again, this is one of my. I have my whole top of my dresser is filled with books that I'm reading. So I will read. Maybe I'll read this for a couple of nights, and I might read a history book or archaeology book for a night or two. Then I might read a novel for a couple nights. I might pick up a comic book. So I try to read some every day or evening, and so and you don't have to read a lot. I mean, you don't have to read, like, sit down and say, oh, I got to read this whole novel tonight. I don't read that way. I read multiple books, and I've said this before, as long as they're not too similar, and I use my British mysteries as an example, as long as I'm not reading 2 British mysteries at the same time, I can keep them all compartmentalized in my head. So they're not overlapping, as long as they're just so different. I can be reading a comic book, an art book, a history book, a novel, and I can be reading all different types of books. And then just whatever I feel like reading that night, I'll pick up and read, just a couple of chapters even. Read for an hour a day. It doesn't have to be at night. Some people go, oh, it puts me to sleep. Well, then read in the afternoon, read in the morning, So, but try to read something every day, not just on the internet. Try to read a book. Be reading a book at some time. And well, Eileen, that's because you're always enabling, and that's all you got is bills. Okay. So all right. So these 3, again, I had already bought this one. I had this one about a year ago. This came out in 2019. I am going to go back through it again. And I have not done it yet. Let me back out one because I think I'm going to need to back out. There we go. There we go. Let's see, maybe a little contrast. Let's see, I don't want to get it too. There we go. That looks pretty good. Y'all know what I do when I get a new book like this. It's meant to be used. I will be deconstructing it right before your eyes because I will use them. I'm going to use them. Now, I don't know if Kathy and Colleen have used theirs. I think they've used some of this one. I think they've used some of this one. Yeah, so this one's for the love of paper, 320 tear-off pages for creating, crafting, and sharing. I did tear one out of this book already to use in a collage, but other than that, I haven't. Let's see. I have the auto light on, so we'll see. Faithful said, that's not a horror story. That's an autobiography. I don't know. I missed something there. Oh, Tal says, I used to read so much. I've switched to audiobooks. Oh, okay. Yeah. Here's and again, I could be totally wrong if I start listening to audiobooks. I don't think I've ever listened to an audiobook. However, that being said, my first audiobook is going to be Lady True North Jan sent me a link to the audiobook of Ellis Peters' A Morbid Taste for Bones. The first Cadfael mystery. She sent me a link to the Cadfael, the first Cadfael book. So I will probably listen to that. I think it's on YouTube. So, I haven't gone to it yet. She sent me a link. Here's what I don't like about audiobooks. When I'm reading a book, and I'm sure you're the same, when you're reading a book, you have the voices of those characters in your head. You can hear how they sound. This one sounds like this, and you have your imagination of how they sound in your head, each character. But when you're hearing an audiobook, it's almost like that voice is put in your head for you, and you're not imagining how that person sounds. It's kind of like Steph says audiobooks are good for car trips. Yeah, well, usually if I go on a car trip, Hubster's driving, and I can read a book, reading in the car doesn't make me car sick or anything. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with audiobooks. I'm just saying for me, I would rather read it if at all possible. But I will listen to the Cadfael. I haven't found a hardback Cadfael yet. I could probably do the Kindle. I just don't. And that's another thing. I don't like doing electronic books. I have the Kindle. I have the Nook. I can read can read them on Amazon. All the different things. But I just would rather have a hardback. And I have not run out of books to read yet. Now, if I ran out of books and couldn't get a book or something, then I would probably do electronic books. But the Cadfael books that were written in the late 70s, early 80s, there's like 25, 30 of them. I've read all of them. But back when my eyes were better and I could read, I read a couple of them from the library in hardback, but most of the time I read them, they were here, let me show you. Like this. Here's my copy of A Morbid Taste for Bones. I can see this and I can read it. I wear trifocals. I can see this and can read it, but it's not fun. It's not comfortable reading. I can read it, but I'm not enjoying my reading when I'm reading something this small. So anyway, so Lady True North Jan sent me a link to the audiobook of this is the first in the series of Cadfael. So I will probably listen to that. Well, Riri, hang on, Riri. Riri goes, I'm a paper freak. Like, hurry up and open that book. So So anyway, yeah, I will. I've found a couple of the hardbacks, at used bookstores and stuff. I haven't gone on eBay and looked them. I've got so much to read. It's not like I'm ever gonna run out of stuff to read, and so yeah. Well, Tal, you need to read large print, or like Jean, our Jean, our knitting Jean. She reads all her books electronically, and just you can make them as big as you want. You can enlarge the font, really large, so you can still read. And if that was the only way I could read, I would read that way too. You know. Yeah, exactly. Or their Kindle, it like Debbie Doodler said, for other medical thing. It's a godsend to have electronic books and audio books and all that. It's awesome to have that. I'm not saying don't ever say that I said there was anything wrong with it. I'm just saying for me, I would rather read the book itself if at all possible. Okay, so yeah, I have trifocals glasses, Riri. I got trifocals. Look, there you go. You can see. You see that? And I have blue. Mine are blue. I think I saw Janet lean in one day. I think, Janet, what color are your glasses? Are they red or purple? Janet, red or purple ones. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I've had eye surgery. I had a detached retina, so I've had a lot of eye issues. And thank the good Lord, I am able to see as well as I do. So yeah. Hello, long goat black hair. Oh my gosh. Please don't be a troll. We don't want you to get kicked out immediately. Don't be a troll. Okay, so hi, Peggy Pity the Vintage Button Jar. Oh my gosh, what a cute name. That's a cute name. Oh, okay. That's good. Thank you, Peggy. I'll have to go find your channel. I know I don't follow you because I'd remember that name. Peggy Pity the Vintage Button Jar. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Carla's her glasses are pinky purple. Okay. What's a troll? Okay, well, then maybe you're okay. All right. So for the love of paper, 320 tear off pages for creating, crafting, and sharing. So what's nice about these books? First off, they are packed full of paper. They're kind of like the Flow books, but these are made by Lark. Okay, but Flow makes some books like this, the Flow book of paper. There's different, companies that make them. Lark being the one that made these. I think that's Lark too. Yeah, Lark made these, but Flow makes some as well. They're not cheap. They're, this one is 20. I think this one's $29.99. But if you love paper, if you use paper, if you're a collage artist, an art journaler, a writer, a note taker, you will love these books because you will use them, right? And they always have inserts and different things. So I'm going to go through this one. I did go through this one probably about a year ago. This one I don't know if these are perforated too. I think they're all perforated. So you can just tear them out easily. So you're going to have all different types of paper. You're going to have like writing papers. And then sometimes they'll have the cut out the envelopes to match. Yes, enabling machine running hard today, Riri. And so like this, so you can cut the envelope out and have the address. And so it's like a small, it'd be like a postcard size, right? Like probably about a 4x6, something like that. And so there's different ones you can cut out. Of course, you don't have to use it for they made it for. Like you don't have to use this for an envelope. You could use this as an intro page like a what do you call it? A contents page. Like if you divide up your comp books, your travelers, your whatever kind of book you're working in, art journaling, writing, planners, any of that stuff. I have taken this, a lot of these pages out of my original one and punched the holes in them. Let me go get it. It's in the other room where I write. A lot of the pages in this book of mine have been punched to go into the happy planner rings. And I have different topics, different things that I do with it. And so a lot of these are papers out of this book, okay, or one similar, a flow book, a lark book, but they're the pretty papers with the lines or blanks where I can write on them. And what I've done is I've punched them myself with the Happy Planner punch and put them in a ring band. And so, yeah, you can do multiple things with this, with these papers. So just depending on how much you want to write. Then there's some blank ones with pretty papers on the back. Again, you can make these into pockets or just, washi tape them into your art journals, washi tape them into your planners, glue them into your planners, punch them into your planners, and make your own notes if you're a planner keeper type person. Hi, Cat and Paste. Hi, Kenny. Good to see you. Good to see you, Kenny. Tavorna. Good to see you. Thanks, anybody on my Elizabeth. I know I've probably missed people coming in. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks, all of the lurkers. My little thing up here says we have 170 people. Thanks, everybody, for being here for our book for our book chat and talk. Got my family all texting each other. I'm in a whole bunch of family group text, so I try to keep my phone away from the stream. But let's see. So you can see, and they're just so pretty. And at the back, they list all the different designers and things. So if you like to write, journal, note take, I take tons of notes on books I read. So, and then I just showed you that spiral, that Happy Planner ring bound. So if I'm reading different books or studying different things, whether it's history or archaeology or theology or whatever it is, I can use these kind of papers to write notes on, and then they look pretty too. So I'm just going to flip through. So they have a few pages at the beginning here of the different stationery with envelopes that you can cut out or just use them as a contents page, right? Did I get your email? When did you send it, Susie? I don't remember getting it, but when did you send it? And I do try to keep up in my spam folders too, but then they have stickers, different stickers, and they put these in here for you to like seal the envelopes, but I don't do that. I'm going to use these in other art projects, art journals, or things like that. Hi, Elaine. More stickers. These are all stickers. Now, the thing about this book, there's a reason it's $30. There's a lot of stuff in here. So then we got little postcards. They're already perforated. Look, they're already perforated. So you can use them as postcards, or you can use them as little tip-ins in your journals. You can use them as pockets in your journals. You can put them in your planners. Susie, have I ever sent you anything? Susie? I'll have to get back with you. Yeah, send it again. Send it again, Susie. I don't remember seeing it. And so usually if I've sent you something, you all have my address. It's kind of my way to, I don't have a post office box. Everybody said, get you a post office box. I just had to, yeah, I know I need to. But my way, and not saying you, Susie, I'm just saying in general, my way to kind of protect my uh, address and stuff is I send you something first. So I have your address first. Okay. So anyway, so these are all perforated. Again, you can use them as bookmarks. You can use, you can use them for a lot of different things. Little cards. Y'all know, y'all are creative. So there's a bunch of those. There's these four, those four, these four. These are all cardstock. These are all cardstock perforated pages. Okay, then we're getting into some more papers. These have an ombre effect. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So can you imagine doing your note taking and your writing, your journaling, your planning on this kind of stuff? Hi, Mrs. Thank you. Yeah, Pacola, thank you. There's my email. Y'all can email me nice things. Don't email me, oh, don't email me that. So then there's some more papers with the ombre, but look how pretty they are. Can y'all see journaling on this? Journaling on it. And if you have a TN, you can always put these in your TN, just fold them like, this way. You could fold it like this and then have that, open that up in your writing and your journaling. You can always trim these down any way you want or cut them out. You can cut out. Let me get a sip of juice here, guys. Got to keep my voice going. So look how pretty these are. And again, this is my, I have this copy of this book I got about a year ago, but they had it again at Barnes & Noble with these. So I picked up another one. These are bookmarks. These are all perforated. Let's just punch one out here. Punch out. Do they have a tab? Yeah, they do have a, no, these are just the bookmarks, not a tag. So you can do, there's just so much. There's just so much. I know, me too, Tavorna. Okay, so let's move that up a little because it's going to not want to bend. And then here's showing you how to fold a paper. There's how to fold a paper airplane. And you can make that out of these. Of course, you don't have to use it for that. You can use it for whatever you want. Don't just because a project says you got to do it one way doesn't mean you have to do it that way, right? That's why we have our Society of Idea Collectors, so you can keep new ideas. Okay, thanks, Susie. Then you have these little posters in here, little quote posters that are on very heavy cardstock. Here's the different constellations. You light me up. I need to put the word ideas up there. Ideas light me up. And then there's just different little pattern papers that you can use for small projects and just kind of like they coordinate, little coordinated papers. I mean, the pack full is totally worth $30. I'm telling you, it's totally worth $30. Then here's another little, and whenever they have a tip in or something like this, they always have like a snot dot, as I call them, a little glue dot to hold everything in. And so this one is a little, let me get the glue dots off here. This one has a little stand, so you can stand it up like this. You can sit it here. Of course, my desk is not the evenest because I've got 20 papers like this stacked on each other. So like that. Be true to who you are. Little things like that. They're all just like tucked in, right? Tabletop poster. Then you have these little mini booklets, so you can take these papers and make mini booklets out of them, or you can make a zine out of it, or just journal on it. Then you have some color book pages. And again, you could cut these out or just use the whole page as is. Like I love these little cacti there. Let's see, let me brighten this up just a little. Ice cream cones. And then these are all stickers. These are all little dog stickers here. So, oh, well, there's a cat. Cat and dog stickers. I was looking down here. Speaking of cats. All right, lay down, baby. Lay down. Let's give him a little pet. Now, this is Oliver. A big guy, Oliver. He's bigger than his sister. Yeah. The baby boy. The baby boy. I know. I want some attention. All right. I'm giving you a little attention here. I'll move over a little there. I can see your little face a little bit. Gonna help me flip through this book? Okay. Yeah, there you are. There you are, Oliver. You got sleepy in your eye. Got sleepy in your eyes. All right, so then more papers. Again, just different themes. There's some llamas. No drama llamas. And then here's my book journal. So this one again. Let's take off the little dots. There's a couple of these in here. Hi, Devin. Yes, I know, Christine, right? I know Game Place, isn't it? It's an awesome book. So this is my book journal. And here we have my reading log. I think there's 2 sections. The reading, and my book lists, where you can put the title, author, and a sentence of description of the book. So, it's good size. It wouldn't hold all my books, but I think that's, if you want to do like whatever you're currently reading, that might be good. Here's a quote from Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice. I declare, after all, there is no enjoyment like reading. How much sooner one tires of anything than of a book. So there's that. Then there's these little light bulb, but you can make a garland, a paper garland. So these all punch out. Let's punch one out here. Don't want to tear it, but they're that's because there's 3 there. I punched 3 out at once. And I was going to say, well, that's no wonder. It's a little thick. I punched out 3. So you can make a paper garland, and they have the slits in them, and they have the little holes punched in the tops. So you can make a whole paper garland. There's 3 pages of those. A lot of alphabets, and you can either use these for inspiration, cut them out individually for lettering in your planners, your journals, whatever. Hi, Gail D. And I'm sure I'm missing. Hey, G, how you doing? G has a couple new videos up over on her channel. And there we go. I see you, baby. Don't get your fur in a wad. I don't know. Hang on. Let me get the sleepy button. It's bugging me. It's bugging me. Come here. Let's get the sleepy out of your eyes. Yeah, I know you don't like me to touch your eyes, but I'll see how you can see with the sleepy in them. Okay, there we go. Okay, Kalora, thank you. Thank you for stopping in. All right. Hang in there. And I want to see artwork, Kalora. IG artwork, Becky. All right. There we go. So there's lots of, you can cut these out and use them in your art journaling, your planners. You can make them months, the day of the week, whatever. You can cut them out. And you don't have to fussy cut them. You can like just cut a square, just cut a square around them. So there's lots of alphabets, ampersands, graph paper. And then I'm not sure what these are supposed to be for, but I love anything that's round or square, anything like this. I could use these as planets. I like, now these are not punch out here. All right, baby, Mama's not giving you enough attention. You have to fussy cut these out. So these are all different circles. I don't know. I guess you could laminate them and make them into coasters. Does anybody use? I know. See how it goes, coasters. I don't know. Does anybody use those coasters anymore? I don't know. That's funny. I guess I think I have a couple coasters. We don't really entertain. We don't have a lot of people here. I'll give you a paper towel to set your drink on. Anyway, more ombre. Look how pretty this is, though, with the coordinating stripes and ombre. Gail goes, I use coasters. Okay. We use coasters. Well, well, I won't get into that right now. So anyway, I want to keep on task. We go on so many rabbit trails. There's some feathers, different things to color, some cakes, some alphabets. And then here we got For the Love of Postcards. Again, a little snot dot, as I call them. Little glue dot. Let's take off the little belly band here. And we got postcards. So again, you can use these as tip-ins in your journals, or glue the edges in, like the 3 edges like this on a journal, and then you have a pocket. And you have a pocket in your journal. Faithfulness. Oh my gosh. Faithful, we love you. Oh my gosh. Everybody's laughing at that. Hi, Lady True North Jan. I was just telling the group that you sent me a link to the Morbid Taste for Bones, Ellis Peters Catfell audio reading of the book. I was just talking about that a minute ago. So yeah. I haven't listened to it yet, but I got the link. Here's a nice lighthouse and like a hill with a sunset or a sunrise. Same thing. So yeah. This reminds me of this island. This reminds me of Hawaii. If y'all are prayers, y'all keep Hawaii in your prayers. Here's the thing about Hawaii. They are in lockdown. And if you visit Hawaii, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks. Nobody's going to Hawaii. And all their economy is based on tourism. That's just sad. Y'all, if y'all know anybody in Hawaii, or just, keep them in your prayers. Yeah, no one's going with that kind of conditions. Come together. This is like some more cardstock posters again. And I mean, these would be cute little framed pieces. They're really, really cute. Are you, Molly? Okay, on Audible. Lady True North Jan sent me a link on YouTube. So, okay, then here we have some wrapping paper. So again, I'm going to take the belly band off. I already took this one out, but got to get rid of those little glue dots there. So these are big sheets of wrapping paper. I mean, they're large sheets. Look, big sheets of wrapping paper. Again, you don't have to use it for wrapping paper. You could use it for, other projects. Same for this one. Another big sheet of wrapping paper. We all love our paper, don't we? Oh, do you, Kenny? Okay. Kenny says she has lots of friends that live in Hawaii. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Jan. I need to do another tour at Jan's property. A Skype, not Skype, but FaceTime. Yeah, on our phones. She did a FaceTime tour with me about. I guess it's probably over a year ago now. I don't remember how long ago that we did your tour of your area up in. Well, I don't know if you want to say, or you can tell me what area you want to mention where you live. But let's see. Oh, Kenny said she lived in Hawaii for 6 years. We just vacationed there when we lived in Alaska. We flew to Hawaii for vacation, but that's I've only been there that one time. Went to Pearl Harbor, and that was back in 80. I'm thinking it was either 83 or 86. I think it was 86. I think we were there in 1986. You were resisting until you saw the wrapping paper. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Christine. And I love this sheet. The little unicorn Pegasus on one side, and then the whales on the other. So yeah, y'all, if you love paper, you will use this. I've already punched out and tore out, like I showed you in that book where I punched the rings. I have the punch for the Happy Planner punch, so that I can punch this and use it in my planner. And it's not a planner. It's just my own like journal book, note taking kind of book. It's not a planner. I don't plan in that. Yeah, it was zippy paper. This kind of book is made for note taking for me, this kind of thing here. And I have different little tabs and little, these little magnetic bookmark things for different topics and subjects, different things that I do. But all this has been punched. I've punched this whole thing with these kind of papers. And it's so fat. I have to put a band on it to hold it. And then for my planners, these are the planners that I use, if you want to call planners. I have this is my fibs book, and my addresses and my happy mail, what to do, who to send to. This is my fibs book, not my fibs Friends in the Box decorated page book. That's a whole nother book. But this one, I keep my addresses. I keep up with my happy mail, who I send things to. This one is kind of my anything to do with online, anything I have to keep up with. But the stuff that I have to keep up with, like if a doctor appointment or something like that, goes on my calendar on my refrigerator. So I don't really plan. I love planners. I love the books. I love the papers. I use them, but I don't use them to do planning. If I had kids growing up, school events, if I worked out of the home, if I had all that stuff like, Faithful Mess has to do, then I would use it as a planner, But I just keep up with my online, my orders, my, my commissions, things I've got commissions to do or did. And then I switch this out every year. So I get to, do this yearly. So these are my two quote unquote planners, but I don't really plan. And then my fibs book, which I have two of now. I'm going to drag these down because I want y'all to see what I do with these flow and books. Okay, well, here's a good example of something I can do right now. Because when Faithful Mess sent me the books, these books last week or the week before, these right here, I have two more to give away on Wednesday. So when she sent me that box of books, this piece of tape was on the box. I love this piece of tape, so I tore it off the box. So this is my fibs book. Okay. These are the friends in the box that I have pages for. So for example, let's open this up. And again, this is made, let me set this aside for a minute. This is made from, set this aside. This has to go in the book. This is stuff that has to go in the book. Let me get over to my, let's see if I can see. Look, these are all pages. These are pages out of these types of books, flow books, different pages. All right, so let me find my here's on my Faithful Mess page. So I have this piece of tape now. I call her our washi tape queen. So even though I've got washi tape here, some of the different washi tapes and stuff, I'm still going to go ahead and put this cat. Now I'm going to take that little bit off right there. So I'm going to just put that in there. So this is my Faithful Mess page with some of the notes that are just paper clipped on here. Like that. So these are the pages that I do for our fibs. There's APG Jamie. Here is Xandra, our mermaid. Here's Norma, our I don't know why I can't ever remember Norma's online name. I just know her I just call her Norma. She has an online name too. So different, there's Teresa, there's Lady True North Jan. So Zeely, I started a page for Zeely, notes from Annie V. So speaking of Preppy Crafty Girl, Jonna, she has some new kits out. So if you go on Branson Limo, yeah. Thank you, Candy. The Preppy Crafty Girl, Jonna, she has some new kits out on Etsy. Just look up the Preppy Crafty Girl. She has new kits. Here is Laura. Here is Dawn. Let's make a mess today. Kimberly, Janet. So, and I just continuously add to them, right? So I continuously add to these. Here's Mark, Sylvia, and so anyway, a lot of these papers, now these right here are Happy Planner papers because I recognize the girls, but there's other papers. Look, see different papers in here. These are from the different, these type of books that we're flipping through today. So you can use these kind of papers, right, to make your own book. And again, I punched out the papers using my Happy Planner punch. But if you don't want to do that, you can still just glue the papers in like a comp book or one of those 3-ring binder type books rather than punching them all out. Then what I did is because I liked the foodie book. Hang on. Lots of enabling. All right, let me put this one on. I have a shelf right here for these. So I like the flow book for food lovers. So what I'm doing in this one, it's the same type of thing, but I'm going to do fibs that are foodies. So this is the food one. It's all having to do with food. And so the fibs that like are foodies are going to go in the Fibs Foodie book. All right. So let's see here. Let's keep rolling. Let's go back here. Where did I leave off? Somewhere right in here, I think. Somewhere right in here. Yeah, Pacola can find a link in a heartbeat. I think sometimes she probably has some of the main ones in a file. But she's good. She's good at finding them. Hi, CB. Michelle. I said hi to Devin. Anybody else I missed? Thanks, guys. We're just doing some paper book flip throughs. So, just kind of showing you all the difference. That's really pretty. And if you have a die cutting machine, you can, cut your patterns. You can cut your feathers and your, everything that you can cut out on a die cut machine. These papers will go on your through your die cutting machines. So you can cut out anything, whatever you can cut out on your die cutting machines. All right, so then here's some tags. So again, there's multiple pages of tags. Look how pretty they are. Like they have like these three coordinate, those three. And I know that these coordinate with the papers. So there's like these tags that coordinate with the papers that we just flipped through or that are in the book. Like it looks the little whales. So there's paper for that. There's papers for all these. Then here's some label stickers. Again, that will coordinate. These will coordinate with the papers. Yeah. Fibs Foodie, I know. And then here's Christine, look, more paper, more wrapping papers. Let me get rid of this glue dots. Look, Christine, more wrapping papers, a whole nother set of them. And again, I won't open the whole thing up, but you got a full sheet of this and then these florals. Okay, more label stickers. And more little thank you cards, hello cards. And these are perforated. So you can take those out, take them apart like this. And then you can fold these. I would use a bone folder, but I just want to show you. So now you got little thank you cards, little hello, and then just some floral cards, same thing. You just they're perforated. Same thing for here, and then envelopes that you can put those in. You have to cut them out and then just fold them around your cards. So you got a bunch of those. More lined paper, journaling paper, or planner papers or whatever you want to do with them. So there's just tons and tons of papers. And they all so coordinate and everything. They're just so pretty. They're already on your wish list, Christine. Yeah. So, and then here's some more stickers, some little llamas. I don't want to tear them. So you got little stickers. And again, you can use them to seal your little envelopes with, or just use them in, Eileen. If I write Eileen. Okay, and then here's about the artist. And then in the back, they have a star. I don't do astrology. I do astronomy, which is like the science of it, but I don't do the astrology. But, let me show you what's in here. This is a whole thing of the different star emblem, the 12, Pisces, and Aquarius. Okay, so, and there's a little pocket here. So if you want to deconstruct this book, you could take this whole book apart, cut it out of the spine, and you could ring bound this whole book if you wanted to make it make it its own journal itself, or just use this as a journal. Take out the punch out stuff, the hard, take out the cards and stuff like this, and then you could just use this as a journal in and of itself if you want. So that's For the Love of Paper. This one came out a year ago. But I found it again. It was still at Barnes & Noble. I'm sure you can still, I think Picola already gave you a link. You can still get this. I got it at Barnes & Noble because Colleen and Kathy enabled me to get the 2 new ones, which are not as thick. Now, it takes 2 of these to make 1 of these. Okay, so these are thinner, but they're cheaper. These are $24.99. But again, guys, you just if you love paper and you love using paper, writing, journaling, note taking, collaging, anything with paper, you're going to love these. It's going to be worth it to you. I like to eat at the. Okay, all right. So For the Love of Paper florals, Am I zoomed in far enough? Do I need to come in one more? I think I'm good though. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. I'm a little flashed out though. Let's take the brightness down just a little. There we go. All right. So for the love of paper florals, these two have 160 pages of crafting care for creating, crafting, and sharing. So we got the florals. And again, it starts out with your writing papers. And these are a little bit, they feel a little different. They're a little bit more shiny and they're more satiny. They're not high gloss, but they feel a little more glossy than the other paper did in the other book. So there's Pecola Pudding links. So you can get them on Amazon and at Barnes and Noble. They might end up having them at Books A Million, but my Books A Million doesn't have them yet. They had the foodie one. I think I might have got my foodie one at Books A Million back when. But yeah, so you can get them on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And they just feel a little more slick. Okay. So there's the envelopes that you can match and make. And then the stickers, again, the little stickers, then the cards, the postcards, that they're all perforated. Okay, here's some more perforated cards. Papers. Look how pretty these are, guys. Look how pretty these florals are. This is the floral one. Look at this. We'll just take a moment to peruse the beauty. Hi, Julie Topaz. Happy Marvelous Monday to you. Good to see you. Okay, so Linda said that clicked it too. There it is. Love of Paper is only $22 at Amazon. Okay, well, there you go. Thank you, Linda. There you go. So look at these, though. Aren't they beautiful? I mean, they're just such eye candy. You like that watercolor page? Yeah. This one, Christine? Yeah. And then we have some botanical prints. Card. So, and over here they show you some ideas of how to frame them different ways. So if you wanted to frame any of these, there's a bunch of these in here. These are all heavy cardstock. Okay, and then here's the different little coordinating papers with different patterns that coordinate. Look how pretty. Look at that with that blue. And then some bookmarks. Again, just perforated. You can punch them out. Well, these actually have holes for tags too. So if you wanted to make a bookmark with a ribbon in it, you can put your ribbon in the hole there. So bookmarks, some black and white florals. Here you could, and this paper is kind of, it's thin, but I could see how you could do a wash carefully. I wouldn't heavily, don't go crazy with the water, but you could actually do a wash on these, I think. Should we try one? Maybe we'll try a wash on one of these. We'll do a wash on that. How about that, Christine? Should we do a wash on that? Christine, you tell me what color. What color should we do a wash on that in a minute? I'll use my Janet watercolors. So, yeah. And then here's stickers. These are all little floral stickers, little pansies. That's me and Grandma's flower. Me and Grandma's flower was a pansy. You got your little sticker page. You just bought it for $20 on eBay, Riri? Well, did they say new? Because you want to make sure you get all your inserts in it. I would probably buy it all. Well, you know eBay better than me. So then look at this. Okay, so wait a minute. Let me write this down. She's getting all specific on me here. I thought she would say pink, but no. Christine said apricots colors and golds with a touch of red. Christine. Oh my gosh. Hi, Afro Sensible Sister. How you doing? You never overthink the project. Just rip that page out. That's right. Got to use it. Use it or lose it. For sure, sister. Oh, for sure. Okay. So look how pretty these are. These are kind of pinks. I love that kind of coral color with gray. That's pretty. Some more little, just different floral pages. And then here is, what did I tear? Oh, this was stuck to this. I just took this whole page out. So this is a herbarium, you know, where you keep your herbs. Herbarium. And we were talking, that was one of the things that we were talking about when we were doing the Cadfael thing, because that's what Cadfael did. He did herbs and he had a herbarium, but what apothecary. We were apothecary. Hey, Zippy. There's our Zippy. Hi, Zippy. We're showing some all different kinds of books today. I showed comic books earlier, and paper books and art books. Oh my. Oh my gosh. Bucko. Hey, Zippy. Everybody likes Zippy. He's our favorite unicorn. So anyway, like spring flowers or spring herbs. Lady Jan, do you keep track of your herbs and stuff in your many gardens? I'm sure you do. She does tags. If y'all have not seen, where's my phone? Lady True North Jan, but she does what is it? Jan, are you still here? Oh, there she is. Lady True North Jan, what's the name of your IG? She has 2 IGs. What's the name of your IG that has your tags on it? Is it Lady North Crafts? Here it is. Okay. So either follow Lady True North and Lady North Crafts. So what Jan does is she does these different tags for everything going on in her life. Every season, plants, and she writes the phases of the moon, the dates, the phases of the moon, all different kinds of things. And I told her, you do have a garden journal? I was going to send this to you if you would like it. Would you like this, Jan? Would you use this? If you'll use it, I'll send this to you. If you'll use that. And I keep telling her she needs to make a book out of these. Photograph all her tags, which she's already got the photographs of, and turn it into a book. It's just they're awesome. So you all get on there, get on her Lady North Crafts, and make her do that. Make her do. You would like it? Okay, then I'll send it to you. Make her make a book out of her tags, because they're like little pages of history. Let me set that over here on my outgoing. So go over and look at Lady North Crafts and look at all her tags. I mean, they go on forever. I mean, she's got tons of them. And I really wish she would make a book out of this. So go over there and read them. And she talks about which ones, what they are, where they're from. But I love it when she just does like what's going on, the little phases of the moon, the day, her little box, her little legend, her little code up there. So yeah. Weather icons. She got the idea from the Hobonichi. Okay. Well, anyway, they're awesome. I know they're awesome. Okay, I set that aside for you, Jan, and I'll send that out to you. These are you can punch these flowers out, and then again, now we have some alphabets with florals. So again, you could cut these out, fussy cut them, or just cut them out squares and put them in. Use them in your journals, your any of your writing projects, note taking. And then labels, again, sticky labels if you use any of the stationery. And then we got the full-on wrapping paper sheets again. Big sheets of wrapping paper, these 2 sheets. Then we have the washi tape. This is all washi tape. Hi, lady. Hi, Jane. Lady Truno Jan and Jane right under her. And hi, Kathy Bird. We're talking about the floral books that you and Colleen enabled. Here's tags. Again, these tags coordinate with the papers. And then the note cards, a thinking of you and a thank you. And little envelopes that you can cut out and send little notes. And yeah. Allow your thoughts to blossom. And everything's perforated. Everything's perforated. Then you got a little pocket back here with a botanical poster. So you have a full-on illustrated botanical poster back here in the pocket. So that one is, this one is for Love of Paper Florals. Now we got to go over here and look at the Love of Paper Botanicals. Okay, so Christine says, that's not wrapping paper. It's covers for journals, glued to cardstock to make boxes. The possibilities are endless. Exactly. Exactly. I do. I mean, it would be an awesome book. And she could be, and she has other things too about the area that she lives in. Where would you want to announce where you live, Jan? You can say it or not. But she could do a whole book on her area of where she lives. And she's done tours. She has the woods and the paths and the nursery and the forest. And she just has so much that she could make a book out of where she lives. And she's said, so it's the Cowichan Valley in Vancouver Island, BC. So, and I'm probably not pronouncing all that right, but she knows the history of the area. She knows the plant. She knows everything about it. She needs to be an author. Where's my ruler? Where's my ruler? Okay. So for the Love of Paper Botanicals, and again, it's the same size as this one. This one looks thicker because I've torn some stuff out and it's fluffed up. And so again, you start out with writing paper, stationery, envelopes you can cut out, and everything's perforated. So I'm just going to kind of flip through this one. And these are published by Lark, and I got them at Barnes & Noble, but they are also available on Amazon. So look at the little stickers. Little stickers that you can use to seal up the envelopes, or if you don't write, you can use them in your journaling. Again, little postcards that tear out, perforated. Everything is just, you can use these as tip-ins. You can use them as pockets in your journals. But look how pretty. Oh, just love it. Love it. More little botanical illustrations. Now we're back into papers. Look how pretty. And I have this, I have a project I want to do with this. So I have that tag for myself. So now look at this. Then we have the cards, the frameable create a gallery wall of frameable cards here, and you can use either side. They're real heavy cardstock. And that's why these books aren't, they're, $25 or whatever. It's because she spends. I just saw that. And again, you can punch out the bookmarks that you can put your ribbon on. And speaking of, She Spins just posted, I said this yesterday on my impromptu, showed a bunch of her old sketchbooks all the way back when she was in the Navy. So it was very cool. Yes, I know, Zippy. Zippy's saying she'll take your book advice after you take my advice. Yeah, see, Tal, he Zippy already said it. I'm not going to post your comment as well. So again, I do prints every month, Zippy. I do a print a month or thereabouts, try to. Every now and then I'll make a book or a zine or something else to send out. But for the most part, I send out a print a month, I do send them out. Okay, so here's some more stickers. And then again, you can do make 3D paper things here. It's got all the instructions that you can make 3D paper projects out of these. Or you can just cut them out and use them. Here's my travel journal. Just like the other one had the herb journal. This one has a travel journal. And you can keep track of, I don't know if anybody's traveling right now, but yeah, there's a travel journal, and it was in the little band here. Then here's some cacti punch outs. Oh, this is to make the succulent paper garland. So you can make a whole garland with these. And then again, we got our alphabets, which, they kind of have a little formula for their books and kind of the same types of things. And you can interchange all this stuff. You can use this book with the floral book. Then there's the stickers or the labels that are stickers. And then again, we have more wrapping paper, which you can use as journal covers or as whatever you want, the washi tapes, tags that coordinate with the papers, more little thinking of you and thank you cards. They're all perforated, punch right out, fold out. And then the envelopes that you can cut out and make to go with. With the stationery. I use a sheet of this on my collage poster. If y'all weren't here yesterday, I did an impromptu for a couple 2.5 hours. I'm working on Zippy. I'm working on a series of 21 posters. Did you see that yesterday, Zippy? I'll show you. And then I got, again, there's a big poster in the back here. A big poster of Bloom Where You're Planted. Big poster here in the pocket. And that one is for the love of paper botanicals, the love of paper florals, and for the love of paper, which is just general, all different papers. So those are the ones that I got at Barnes & Noble Saturday. Got them Saturday. And yeah, I really love them. Stepping away from the buy button. So, but real quick, I am going to color this. I think I'll paint this real quick for Christine. Since she said apricot gold with a touch of red. Maybe down. And I'm not going to look at the official botanical. I'm just going to color it how I want. But real quick, this is what I worked on yesterday. This is the big collage mixed media poster that I worked on yesterday on my impromptu, and I've got 20. Well, I have 19 already laid out, and I'm going to do 21 of them. So I have two of them in a stage about, not this is the one I have the furthest along, but this is I have a, what do you call it, a video that I did yesterday of working on this one. So if you missed this, I did this as an impromptu yesterday. And these are, again, it's flashing out a little bit. I'm trying to tilt it. 22 by 29 and a half, I think, is the size of these posters. So you can see they're quite big. Thank you, Zippy. And this is the other one that I've got a little, this is not quite as far as long, but this is the other one that I'm working on here. So, and they're flashed out because I had the lighting set for close up. Okay, so if you want to see more detail about that, go back to yesterday. All right, so now this is on thin paper. This is on thin paper, so I'm gonna have to be careful not to oversaturate the paper. But I will do this one for Christine just because we want to. All right, so I'm going to use my Janet watercolors, although I do have, these are the M Graham made out of honey, so they stay sticky and wet. However, I also have interspersed throughout here one of the Prima earth tone sets. So it's like Janet's mixed in, the M Grahams that she sent me, mixed in with one of the Prima sets. So I'm going to use this. So, and we're just going to use a water brush. I still have water in my brush. I got some water in my brush. And yeah. So let me get a Kleenex to clean off the brush as I use it. I think there's enough water in there. Okay, so she said apricot gold. Now I have this mermaid gold. This is the only gold that I have in this set. I could get out my golds. I could get out these. But I'm just going to go ahead and use this one that I bought. Well, no, I think Zandra sent it to me. This is a Zandra. Zandra occasionally puts together her own watercolors, and that's one of Zandra's golds. So I'm going to use that gold, apricot, and a little touch of red. Oh, I'm going to start with the red because I'm going to do the kind of this area here and maybe the stem red. So I'm just going to, I know the stem would be green. I'm going to do it my own way. More of gold than a color than a metallic. It goes well with apricot. Okay. All right. Don't give me any more instructions, Christine. Like a rose gold. Yeah. I'll put some here. It is kind of a rose gold. Is a rose gold okay, Christine? I'm thinking of using some of that in the background. Like, let's just see here how this is going to work. I just want this to be kind of a little quick thing here. I was just going to put this little quick watercolor thing together for. And again, I can't like do a wet in wet technique because this is just thin paper. So I'm just using whatever water comes off the brush. And not, I can't oversaturate this and then do a wet into wet. So I'm just going to do a little gold. And really, technically, if you do lots of layers on thin paper, you need to dry in between. Just dry in between. So your paper doesn't get too, you don't want to pill your paper. And this is not made for, well, I think that's part of the flower back there. This is not made to be watercolored on, but I want to do that. So then we're going to have a shimmer. Let's just put a little. I just thought it'd be fun just to play with this for a minute. And Christine's the one that mentioned she liked it. So. Let's see what we do here. And Christine can color over with color pencils. She can go in here and color over it. Christine, we're going to put you to work. Okay, what'd she say? What kind of red? She didn't say what kind of red. Okay, so let's just do a regular red here. Let's see. Maybe a darker red, a deeper red. Let's go over here. Okay, so Christine can, if y'all don't know, Christine has sells color book. If Eileen or Picola or somebody wants to put in a link, Christine does coloring every Sunday, and she sells her books on Amazon. So you can buy Christine's color books on Amazon. Would it help to put matte medium on the back? Well, then it's wet. It's still wetting it. If I put matte medium on the back, it's going to make the whole paper just wrinkle. Do you know what I mean? Matte medium is going to wrinkle the whole paper. I'm trying to keep it as just damp and not really wet. I mean, it's buckling a little, but I'm not trying. I'm not doing a painting here. I'm just doing a little something for Christine to color on. She can. What do you call it? Color pencil. Hi, Sue. All right, so let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do red in the background too, the red and the gold. And then we'll just do a little bit of the apricot color on the flower. How about that? Well, we're making this a bigger project than it was intended to be. See, I'm trying to keep it very translucent so the watercolor background that's printed shows through. Squeeze out a little water here. And if Christine wants to color on it, she can. I'm going to fold it in half. It's going to be folded. It's going in an envelope. And then right here is the flower. So just kind of like that. Just give it a little hint of color. Little hint of color. Yeah, there's Christine's books. Christine on Amazon. Aldridge on Amazon. So if you want, she's got, how many books do you have out now, Christine? How many books do you have out? She has a lot. She has a lot of books out. I'm not sure how many. She'll tell us in a minute. Yeah, iron it flat and yeah. Oh, I missed something, Janice. I don't know when my dad brought us when I was. Oh, okay. So is that when you're talking about when you went up to see Jan, or Lady True North Jan lives up in Vancouver area? Okay, so Christine says she has 12 out now. So yeah, 12 books. All right, now I want to see, let's make us up a little apricot. Let's get a little orange. I need more water in here. There's not much water in here. Let me just put some water here. There we go. So let's get a little orange, a little red. And let's try to make us a little bit of a apricot color. That's too orange still. Let's see, let's tone it down just a little. Tone it down. I'm not sure how orange or red her idea of apricot is. I'll just keep mixing here till I get a color I like. Maybe a little more yellow. A little of that brown. See, there's colors here that I can use too. That's kind of good. Kind of like that color. If I wanted a little bit more corally color, let's see. I'm just going to keep finding. I'm finding a spot where I can find a color. All right. So what I want to do though is just put just a little hint of this. I'm going to leave most of the flower white. There's a little bit up in here. A piece of the flower up there. And of course, going over a grayscale is making it a little darker because I'm going over grayscale watercolor. All right, so I'm going to call that one Christine can just play with it. Or just, stick it. If she has a fibs book, she can stick it in a fibs book. There we go. Let's mix up just a little more. A little bit of that brown. It's a little brighter. Let's knock that back down just a little. Okay. Let's do that whole area there. Now, see, that's a little too orange. Now I've got to kind of add a little bit more orange to these, just so it's consistent. I didn't mix up enough of the exact color. So we'll just go back over this a little. There we go. I'm not love the gold. The gold didn't really show up gold because it's on the gray scale. So I think that needs to be fixed. I think I'll do that real quick. Why not? Oh, you know what? Let's use some of this. Let's use some of our sparks. Shall we use some of our sparks? Let's see what happens if I mess it up. I'm still sending it to her. Let's use some of our sparks. Does that make much difference? I just don't like the way the gold is kind of gray gold because it's watercolor. This is acrylic. So the acrylic will be more, show up more. So we're going to put the acrylic over the top of this watercolor so it shows up better. Oh, I like this a lot more. You can't tell yet, but when I tilt it, you'll be able to see. All right. I have some other sparks. Maybe I'll put some. I might go metallic here. I might just go full on metallic here. Christine, I'm not looking at chat, guys. I'm trying to, get this quickly painted in here. Alrighty. Janet said I would use these. She was right. Okay, so there is that. Now what I'm going to do is look. It's not apricot, but it's a kind of an orangey color. Actually, use the way the gold is fantastic. Okay, yeah, look. Wait. Now I'm going to go into the sparks. What color is this called? Ginger Magic. We're going all in. Might as well. Just never know. All right, and I'm not looking at chat, so I know I'm missing stuff. Sorry, guys. Give me a minute. Don't forget, Janet comes on after me at 1 Eastern. Maybe I could work on those narwhals for a minute. Okay, look. So it's like all metallic now. Okay, now let's see. Oh, I have some. Oh, look, I don't have red, but I have pink. It's a little change up. We're doing a little change up. Let me get a baby wipe here, clean my brush. Christine. All right, so let's see. See about ketchup? I missed something there, Angie. Ketchup. Uh, you're getting the visions, Christine. Well, I'm just going all in now on these. This one is called. What is this one? I don't want to tip it too much. I can't see this very little. Butterfly spells. This one's butterfly spells. So I'm going to just do a little thin coat of the sparks over that. And some of the watercolor will still show through, I think. All right, I think we're done. Unless I should do something glittery on like clear. I don't have any clear. I mean, I probably have Winka Stella. We could do a Winka Stella on there. What do you think, Christine? Do you like it like this, or do you want this shiny too? Because I can put a coat of Winka Stella. Is this it? Where's my Winka? I know I got a Winka Stella up here somewhere. Is this it? Yeah. Do you want that to be shimmery too? I'm kind of thinking we should put some shimmer. Let's at least put a little bit. Let's put a little. Oh, you know what? I got that pen. I got that Jane Davenport pen. Well, I'm going with the Winka Stella now, which is like a silvery glitter pen. So I'm just going to add a little bit in here. Okay. Then we got a nice little metallic. Metallic thing going here. Let's put a little up here. Some down in here. And it needs some over here on this side. All right. We glittered that up. Oh, so there we go. I'll send that to you. You can do whatever you want with it. Christine. What metallics were they? They're the Prima Sparks, Art Alchemy Sparks. These were marked down on clearance at Hobby Lobby. They were normally like, I think $15.99 for 3, marked down to $4.29 or something like that. 4 something for the 3, for a set of 3. And I bought 2 sets. They had 3 sets, but the third set was kind of similar. It had similar colors in it. So I didn't spend the extra $4.50 or whatever it was to get the other 3, because, I know I'm not going to use these that much. These will last, as little as I use glittery stuff or metallic. So I just got the 2 sets because they were on clearance. So Art Alchemy by Prima at Hobby Lobby on clearance. Yeah. So, okay. So I'm going to set this aside. Let me put a little CL Aldridge on this one, and I'll send this out. And Lady True North Jana, where's my lid for this? Here it is. I'll send you out that herb thing, Jan. All right, so we got a couple of things to send out. Don't forget, on Wednesday, I'm going to give away these 2 books on Wednesday. I gave away some last week. I'm going to give away 2 more on Wednesday, which is our normal which is our normal day of the first Wednesday of the month for book giveaways. I cannot do international on books, but I do a separate giveaway for internationals and give away a print. So I will probably do that for the internationals. So we'll do that on Wednesday. Let's see, what else do I have over here? So again, I let me clean up this little tray here because I don't want to close it. If I flip all this wet paint up on there, we don't want to do that. So let's dab that off. I don't like to waste the paint, but if it dries naturally, I'll let it stay on there. But I don't want to flip this up and get that wet paint in there. Okay, so this was sent to me, and let me see if I still have it in. Yeah, there. I still have the Etsy link in my copy and paste because I copy and pasted her Etsy link. So if you guys want to look at this book over on Etsy, and she sent it to me, Victoria Klein sent it to me to show on my channel and do a page or whatever. Again, I'm going to reiterate that I do not do astrology. I like astronomy, which is the science of the study of the stars. But I don't do astrology where it's like fortune telling type thing. I just don't believe that. And I also showed you again, if you really want a God point of view on the stars pointing toward creation and God's creation, I would recommend this book, The Witness of the Stars. E.W. Bullinger was published in 1890 something, I think. It's been updated since, but I've had my copy for, I don't know how long. How long have I had this? It's been republished. It's a reprint of the 1893 edition, which, there's all kinds of new astronomy since then. What was the date of this book? 1967? Reprinted again, 98 maybe? It's got a whole bunch of different printings. So anyway, I love this book. It is very, it goes through all the different constellations and everything. I love this book. So just FYI. So don't anybody email me. But I think I will color this narwhal. Oh, thank you, Riri, for the $5 super chat. Girl, thank you so much. Let me write you down so I can make sure and send you. I think you're already in for an owl print. Anyway, Riri, I'm going to make owl prints, samurai owl print. For the super chatters and the PayPal tip jar. So I'm writing you down for an owl, Riri. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Zippy said, hang on, let me get over here. Zippy said, have you ever seen the docu on the Star of Bethlehem? It's very nice. I know of it. I don't think I've seen it, Zippy, but this book, and I've got lots of other ones on it. Trust me. One of these days, guys, I'm going to pull out some of my books that you might be kind of surprised at. But no, I will look for that. I'm going to write that down, Star of Bethlehem. But I can tell you that Bullinger probably addresses that, even from the 1890s. But thank you, Zippy. I am writing that down. Star of Bethlehem docu. Okay. Wrote it down. So anyway, I think that there are constellations that are that have purposes and signs and things like that, but they're not. I don't believe they're foretelling the future of your personal future. There have been stars like the Star of Bethlehem, like Zippy is saying, that were prophetic. If you study any theology, but foretelling your personal fortunes, I don't believe in that. So that's just FYI before I get into a book on astrology. I don't want anybody emailing me. So anyway, Victoria sent me a picture of her puppy here, so I'm using it kind of as a bookmark. All right, so what I thought I would do though is, um, because and I'm not sure if these narwhals are supposed to be Pisces or Aquarius. Again, I wish she would have put a table of contents so I could know. This one I don't even think has the symbol on there, so you can tell which sign or which uh, constellation she's referring to. So thank you, Pacola. Thank you. Oh, you love my owls? Yeah. For those of y'all that didn't see it here, Zippy. You may have seen it already, but just so Zippy doesn't think I do anything. Just teasing. I'm just teasing our Zippy. So I finished my samurai owl print, and I'm going to turn this into an 8x10. And so, Zippy, if you would like an owl, email me where I can send it to you, and I will send you a samurai owl with a note on there saying, "See, Zippy, I do stuff." Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm going to make prints of that this week. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Pisces or Aquarius, the narwhals, but here's how you can do. I'm going to show you a couple different things. I'm going to. Okay. The earthquake that occurred. Yeah, and see, those things are scientifically documented. So, yeah, I will have to look that up. Thank you, Zippy. Thank you. Yeah, I could talk to you about that all day long. Okay, so I think what I want to do is get a base and then work on the shading. So an easy way to get a page going without taking a lot of time to do like a background. Y'all know me and my star backgrounds. But if you want to do a page that doesn't take all day and you want to get a base on there, let me get a thing of, let me find my tray here. You can paint a base down, a wash, and then do your shading on top of it. Oh my gosh. Good one. All right, so I think I would like the background to be like a nice, like a nice blue aqua color. So I think I'll do the background, and I'll show you how you don't have to go around all these little details and take the time to do that. You can pencil that in or paint it in later. Okay, so this one is Laguna. So we got Laguna for the water. And then the narwhals, I think I want them, do I want them like a green color, a pink color? Like, I think a pink color, because I think they're gray. We could do them pink and gray. So I think I'll do a base coat of them pink and then do the shading with gray. So we'll have pink and gray narwhals with a Laguna background. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see. Eric, did YouTube music video called Deep Field Hubble Telescope? Oh, okay. You sang in that? Oh my gosh. So you're in space, Lady Jan. Lady Jan's voice is in space. That's awesome. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to do, all right. So here's what you can do. You can let me put something behind the page so I don't get paint on the next page. Let me get a piece of wax paper. So I just want to put this behind here until I get the edges done, so it doesn't go bleed over the edges, right? All right, I know that is cool, isn't it, CB? All right, so now let's get a nice soft brush here. You dig out a brush. That one will be good. And always wet your brushes before you put them in acrylic paint, so you don't get dried paint up in the barrel. Let's see. Zippy, I was like, I thought that was you. Oh my gosh, Zippy, you're so fun. All right, so now what I want to do is water this down just a little bit. So I'm going to water this down. And what I want to do is I want to make a nice light wash so that you can still see the line art through it. All right, so now I'm going to do all the background. So I'm going to do all the background. And since it's water, it's not going to matter if it looks not flat. As a matter of fact, you kind of probably would want to make it kind of swirly and kind of watery looking, right? So I'm going over all the little critters and everything in the back and coming right up to the narwhal. And it doesn't even really matter if you get a little bit on the narwhals because you're going to go over this with pencil. You're going to, you're going to leave the wash. You're going to leave the wash in the background, but you can go over. That's one of the nice things about an acrylic wash. Well, you could do it with watercolor too, but you got to be careful on the layers of water. Now this paper is pretty thick. It's probably about a 60 weight maybe. So you're okay to put at least a coat or two of water without it, not like the thing I just did for Christine with the thin paper. So I'm just doing a nice little watery wash here. You'll see how fast this goes. If you've never done an acrylic wash on your color book pages before you start do pencil shading, you're going to be amazed at how many pages you can. Not that you have to hurry. I'm not suggesting, you got to hurry up and get your pages done. I just like to, try to get as much done as possible. And I do go a little faster on a stream than I would if I was by myself. If I was by myself, I wouldn't go quite this fast because I'd want to, take a little bit more time. But I try to get as much done on a stream as possible. So I'm just going to keep going here. I still wouldn't advise doing a wet on wet technique in a color book because you're going to buckle your paper or pill it, which means like break down the paper and start being fibrous. So you don't really want to do that. You want to just. And this is the same kind of technique that I do a lot of my pages. I'll show you one that's a little further along in a minute. Let's get a little more water here. And I'm just kind of dragging my paint into the water. Not really looking at chat. Put it in caps if you're talking to me, guys. So when I glance up, I see that you're talking to me. So, but if you like to do color book pages, but sometimes you get intimidated by a lot of background, we've been doing this for years in our books, so that you can still have nice pages, but not spend weeks on one page. Because y'all know we have hundreds of color books. Not exaggerating. We have hundreds of color books, and we like to get to a lot of them. I do have a color book playlist. I have a color book playlist with hundreds and hundreds of videos on color books and different color books, and I've done flips of a lot of different ones throughout the years. So if you want to see multiple different kinds, I need to get my water needs to come this way. It's kind of seeping over to the side there. It's on this wax paper hill. Once I get around the edges here, I can remove this wax paper. I just don't want the paint to go underneath to the next page. All righty. All right, so we got a little bit of a base down. Now I'm going to move the wax paper. I'm going to hit this with the heat gun. So I'll show you real quick a couple of my pages that recently done in Kirby. And the acrylic paint gives it a tooth. Gives it a slight tooth for you to work your pencil on. So let me get my newest Kirby book. Where Worlds Within Worlds. So just so you can kind of see the same type of technique with more finished pages with the acrylic. Like here, let's see. Let's get to the shoe here. All right, so this is done with washes of paint and then pencil on top. So you don't take weeks to do a page like this. No, not all the time, sister, but a lot of times I do because it makes you feel like you've got a lot done. You start with the background, but like this right here. So you can start with washes and then you do your pencil and detail on top of it. Same thing for this. This one's not done yet, but look, see how it's just got washes? It's got the base of a wash done. And then I'll go back and do the details like this. Okay. So this is done on top of the wash. It starts like this. Well, purple and green, but it starts like this. And then you can go in there with your pencil, your Posca, your other things and do the details on top. So this is what you can go to, but you start with this. Okay. Starts with this. Like this. All right, so now I'm going to go in here and do the same thing with the pink. Let me make sure my brush is cleaned off here, the blue. I'm going here with the pink. And even though I'm going to add gray on the narwhals, I'm still going to just go in here and base coat. Now, it's a wash. It's watered down. It's watered down craft paint. If you go full strength, which you can do full strength if you just want a solid background, like I do when I do stars or the black background, you can do a solid black background. But if you want like just to go right over the top of all these little critters and stuff and then go back in and shade them, if you just do full strength, you're going to cover up all the line art. So you have to wet it down. You have to do a wash. Okay. So that's what I'm doing here. So now I'm just going to do a full, just make sure it's watered down enough for you to still see through it. So Zippy, is a narwhal a waterborne unicorn? Is that in your species, Zippy? But we can do the horns like gold or silver or a metallic. We'll see what looks the best when we get done here. Hi, Fly Fox Pro. How you doing? How you doing? I don't want to do an Edna impression. How you doing? We'll leave that with Comic Book Hut. I did show some comics and talk comics earlier at the beginning of the show today. All right, so I'm just going to get this washed in. You don't have to be overly careful because you're going to put the details in with your pencils, pens, markers, gel pens, whatever you want to use. I like using my pencils. Y'all know I'm a pencil gal. I'd use this acrylic paint wash just to make headway on the piece. Okay, so there we go. So there's our, now can you imagine how long that would take you with pencil? How long would that take you with pencil? A long time, right? All right, let's move this wax paper. Make another pile. Clean my brush. All right, let's hit this with the heat gun. Okay, and if the edges curl, you can just kind of pull on them and kind of roll them back. You can straighten out a little bit of warping on the edges like that. Just kind of pull and roll it. It'll be fine. All right, so let's get some pencils here. So I'll just go for my 2 trays here rather than the pencil case. We'll just go with the trays here. And let's decide what colors we want. I'll move this in a minute. Let's just pick the colors. All right, so I want pink and gray narwhal and then more detail in the back. I'm not sure what colors these little creatures can be, but I'm probably going to want some aquas, some teals, maybe a green. That's too off. Let's see. Is that the same as that? A darker teal color here. I'm digging through just to start with. And then maybe a little lime green. And then let's get a magenta. Let's get a pink. Let's get a couple of shades here of some cool grays for the narwhal. Let's do a line of color. Okay, I'm just going to start with this. I don't want to of course, black and white. We probably will need black and white. All right, there we go. There's our colors we're going to start with. Oh, that's nice, Zippy. Is watching some of Christine's intro book videos. Yeah. You can get Christine's books on Amazon, guys. And hearing your thoughts on Saga. Oh, okay. So you saw the books that I showed earlier. Yeah, I have real quick. Rabbit trail. Move some of these out of the way. Got stacks of books that we showed today. So, yeah. So I talked about, I'm reading Robert Kirkman's Firepower. This is the one I'm in now. I have not read either one of these. They were recommended to me. Hang on. Let me move the stack. They were recommended to me by someone. I might have been on your, I don't know if it was at your show, Fly. Anyway, no. I think it was at Comic Book Hut. Anyway, these two are recommended to me, Paper Girls. And again, I just got volume 1 of each because I don't know if I'm going to like them. So I didn't buy more. These came out, I think, 2016. I think these both came out in 2016. So, yeah, I got these two to peruse. Yeah. All right. So now let me get my pencil sharpener. And people ask me, what kind of pencil sharpener do you use? Well, I have all these. And then I just picked up the little plastic one today. So I'll just pick up, there's some different erasers and stuff. And I like metal ones, but I have a Coom wood cutter one. And then I love these M&R. Is it M&R? M&R. German ones, and then just any kind of metal one, but I have some plastic ones depending on the size of what I'm sharpening. I have the large ones, the small ones, doubles, and then I just picked up this plastic one. So, all right, so I'm going to start with, let's go ahead and start with the narwhal. So I'm going to get these 4 or 5 colors here for the narwhal. So I have white, pink, magenta, a light gray, and a cool gray. What is that? Anyway, darker gray. Doesn't really matter. I'm not real I'm not real picky on the numbers or the names. And I know some people go, you need to tell me the numbers and the names of the pencils you use. Sometimes I do, guys, but I tell y'all, my show is not a coloring book, color along demo kind of thing. Y'all know I'm just gonna that one sharpened. I'm just going to pick pencils and I don't stop and say, okay, now I'm using magenta number or process. This is process red number 994, and then I use it, and then I go back to the okay. Now I'm going back to 994. I'd be spending my whole time looking at numbers and names. I just don't do that. That's just not my way. So all right, so I'm going to start with the dark gray because I'm going to want the stripes, if you will, on the narwhal to be dark gray, and then I'm going to kind of just let me zoom in. That might be a little close. It might start pixelating if I get. I already might with this, but we'll see. So I'm just going to go ahead and start shading the stripes on the narwhal and then just kind of feather it out light so that it gets lighter on each stripe. And the darkest part of the stripe is going to be in the shadows of the bends of the lines there. You can follow the line art that the artists give you, and especially if you do any kind of a grayscale art, like, let me pull up another example. Like in this realistic portrait grayscale book, I'm really zoomed in, by Christine Karen. I've done a couple like here. Okay, this is I think there might be, did I do any pan pastel on this? I don't remember. But there's videos on these. I think pan pastel for sure on this one. And then pencil. So you can see that if there's grayscale, you have to work with that undertone of the gray, right? But on just plain line art books, then you can, there's no shading per se for you to follow. So you just kind of go in the crevices, if you will. So I'm just going to just go ahead and start doing that would probably be, I'm not sure if that would be water splashes. It could be. Might supposed to be water splashes right here. But you can do whatever you want. Yeah, Christine Aldred said Christine Karen is a wonderful portrait artist. Bye, Candy. All right, so let me just stick with the stripes first here. So I'm just going to kind of do the shading, and I'm keeping it not a lot of colors. When I'm doing my pencil and pastel portraits, I use so many colors that when I do color book coloring and shading, I try to keep it pretty as few colors as possible because because I'm always using so many colors that sometimes it's just nice to see how few colors you can use. So that's kind of what I try to do. Like in that dinosaur I just showed you, 3 colors, a purple, green, and a red, and maybe 2 of each, 2 shades of each, a light and a dark green, a light and a dark purple, like that. Not 20 colors. Nothing wrong with that. Don't email me. You'd be surprised. Just because I say I like something, people email and oh, well, but I like this. Well, okay. I didn't say you couldn't. I just tell y'all what I do. Just telling y'all what I do. Limited color palettes are more powerful. Yeah. Well, it's you're creative with the few colors you choose rather than trying to do too many. But when I do portraits, I do go all in. I'm just saying. I do a lot more when I do portraits. Okay, so now we just got the base that, I'm gonna, again, I think that might be water splashing. Do I want to do it water? Maybe. Let me go ahead and see if I can, and color pencils do not erase easily. So you gotta, but I don't put down heavy layers, especially at the beginning. So you can erase if you're careful, if you don't put down too harsh of layers. But I'm thinking I want this to be blue splashes here. And I'll blend that in. But I think those are supposed to be water splashes coming across his body there. This one, not so much. Yeah, that doesn't look like splashes. That looks like they're whatever it is. All right, so I'm going to do a couple more splashes here on this one, but I'll leave no splashes on the other. So I don't really see any. I could draw them in, but And that's the other thing too. If you want to change anything, if you want to change something, let's move this over. On your color book pages, if you want to add something, white something out, get rid of something, the artist is not going to email you. Well, hopefully they're not. They're not going to email you and say, you did that wrong. Do I don't as much since Zippy. I used to get more, but I don't get as many as I used to. Like I'd get emails like, your show is just way too chatty. You spent 3 hours on one color book, something, la 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 la. Well, it's my show. It's a chat show. It's chatty. I can do what I want. That's why you got that little bar at the bottom that you can slide and just go right to where you want. I don't get those as much anymore because I say comments like, don't email me. So people know, don't email me. I mean, you can email me if you're, if you got some, real legitimate critique or something, I'll answer that. And same thing for in the comments. I'll get a comment every one about your show is just too long. Well, it's a live chat show. You don't have to be here. That's why I'll tell them, hey, my show's not for you. I'll just say that. I don't care. I'm here to enjoy it, have fun, enjoy the process, and my show may not be for you. Not you, Zippy. My show's for you, Zippy. But anyway, so I don't get as many. To answer your question, I don't get as many as I used to. But, here's the thing. Now that, I've been streaming for 10 years, over 6 years on YouTube, 4 years on Ustream. I can tell people, like, I know some people get their feelings real hurt real easy. I got a thumbs down. Well, hey, it's going to happen. I don't even look at how many thumbs down I get anymore. And I don't care how many there are. I just don't. That's considered on YouTube world. A thumbs down is considered a thumbs up. It's considered a watch. It's considered a view. So if you don't, it doesn't matter to me. I just don't care. Yeah, there you go, Jan. But here's the thing. So I tell people, you're going to get trolls. You're going to get emails. You're going to get people that don't like you for whatever reason. And when I don't like somebody's video, I just go to another video. I don't put a thumbs down or say, I don't like you. I don't like your show. So here's my answer. This is what I tell people. Just remember, there's a lot of 12-year-old kids out there that are out of school. And I just look at trolls and negative comments and that kind of stuff. I look at them as a bunch of kids that don't have nothing else to do. That's how I look at it. And I move on. But because I've been through all that, I can tell people, don't let it bother you. If you're having fun, you have to love what you do. You have to love doing it. You have to love streaming. You have to love doing videos. And if you're doing it for like money, or if you're doing it for fame, or if you're doing for, you have to just love doing it. You have to enjoy doing whatever you do, or you're not going to stick with it. You're not going to yeah, exactly, sister. You're not going to stick with it if you don't like it. You just won't. Okay, let's go back to some of the gray now. And you want to also keep, your pencils really sharp. So keep your pencil sharpener real handy. I just lean over here over either a tray or my garbage cans right next to me. Because otherwise it's going to, it just won't be as crisp and sharp in your work. So, oh, so the other thing I was saying is if you color something that, like when I do backgrounds with stars and stuff, I'll paint the whole background black and I'll sprinkle stars or put in planets or glue down a collaged planet or something. Make it your own page. Okay, thanks, and uh, thanks, Julie. And hi, by the way. Zippy. Oh my gosh, Zippy. So I always tell you the artist is not going to email and tell you did it wrong. Make it your own. Make it your own page. Add whatever you want. Color your narwhals pink. Whatever you want to do. So these are cute little guys. So I'm just getting in some shading here. Oh, we'll work for about 20, 30 more minutes. And try to get, again, even if I don't finish the page on the stream, if I finish the page and I'll post it on Instagram, and I do have a color book folder on Facebook. All my art is public on Facebook, so we don't have to follow each other for you to see my artwork over on Facebook. But I do try to post, everything postable, and by that I mean I don't post all portrait commissions because a lot of people don't want their family members posted. That if they commission me, so I don't post those. But I do have plenty for you to see on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, and I usually follow back all creatives. If you do any kind of art, photography, um, fiber arts, any kind of art or anything creative, if you're a writer, anything creative, I'll follow you back on Instagram. If you just follow me, and I get a lot of, hi, I'm single, and sorry, I'm not. I'm not going to follow you just for that. So I don't just follow just for the sake of having followers. I follow people that I like to interact with and see their work, hear about their creativity. I follow a couple people that travel and take photos. So I follow creatives on Instagram. That's if you want to talk and argue and discuss politics, I'll do that on Twitter. If you want to talk theology, I'm probably better off on Facebook. So I'll talk about anything. But, here on YouTube, this is my art channel, my chat and art channel. And I keep it that way. Everybody's welcome. And if you're a troll, you'll just get kicked. But this is my art channel. So I have other places that I discuss other things. I just kind of keep the different things separate. That way we can concentrate. Because, like, for instance, if I was here on my YouTube channel talking about politics or religion, then that's all I'd be doing is reading chat, arguing, discussing, debating, and that's all I do. I couldn't sit here and turn my back on the chat. I could not turn my back on the chat and do other things, right? So I just keep it that way. That's just how I keep it. So thank you, Pacola. Yeah, there's my just look for Inky Well. But if you put Dee Dee Willingham in any of my social media, you can find me. But Inky Well is kind of like my screen name. I've had that name, Inky Well, for 25 years online. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and do some of these little swirly things. It looks like she just kind of tried to design one to look a little more stripy and one to look a little bit more swirly, maybe. So I'm going to do, but they're both going to have gray in them. So let's get crack-a-lack in here. Get crack-a-lackin'. Oh, you know what I should have done? Because, Zippy's our resident comedian. And I mean, there's other people that are funny too, but that's all Zippy does. Zippy is just funny. Next time, oh, he's still here. I was going to talk about him behind his back. But he's still here. Okay, so anyway, Zippy, if you don't have this, you need it. The soundboard or the pocket whip. All right, so I have the pocket whip. I think it's still around. I've had this forever, so I guess they still have it. But when I say let's get crack-a-lackin', I'll do stuff like let's get cracking with the whip, and it even has the let's see. Oh, that's not. Where's the? There's an Indiana Jones one. Well, it's not doing it, but anyway, there's all kinds of those. But what I wanted to show you is there's called a soundboard. The soundboard app. And they're so funny. And okay, we're taking a little rabbit trail here. And let's just see here. What can we do here? There's just all different kinds of things. I like doing the crickets when I'm standing in line at a grocery store. If I'm standing in line at a grocery store and it's like moving real slow, now I don't do it now since the virus. I try to be because everybody's got issues just even being in line. But, I used to, if the line was taking a long time, I would just like quietly pick out my phone and go. But yeah, let's see. What else do we have here? I don't see a unicorn on here, sadly. Darth Vader. Let's see. There's just so many. There's, I don't know, 50 of them. But I can so see you using this, Zippy, when you're at people's channels. Or one similar, Let's see. There's just so many. Anyway, I had to do a sidebar on that. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get back to our narwhal here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through. I'm going to have time just to work on one, but I just wanted to kind of show you. I'm going to go through and do shading. I'll probably work on it later at Janet's. I'm going to go through here and start with the dark gray. Since I've already got that up here, I'll go here now to the light gray, and I'll start kind of shading in or smoothing out the shading. On all these stripes. Am I staying in camera? There we go. But anyway, so yeah, when you do live shows and live streams, you have to, a couple of things. You got to not, let the trolls bother you. You got to have excellent mods, which I do. Have excellent mods that have full control. If you are a troll or you get kicked out, don't come to me and say, but Janet Picola, they kicked me out. They know what's best in the chat. So be nice next time you come in. And you have to enjoy it. You have to like talking, and you have to not, especially if you're doing live drawing, arting, creative. If you're doing something like that live like this, if something doesn't turn out, you can't let it bother. You just got to either fix it or say, hey, that didn't turn out. Don't do that next time. Just learn, let people learn from your mistakes of, something that didn't turn out. You can't get embarrassed about it. You just got to say, yeah, you're right. That didn't work. We're going to do it again. Try something different. Found the rabbit trails. I know. I do have my, let me see. Sharon L. We have two Sharon L's. The Sharon L that really never comes in here sent me this, and I keep it kind of handy. Where is it? I thought I had it right here. Where is it? She sent me this comic cartoon with the rabbit trails. I thought it was in this book. Did I not? Did I put it in the other book? It might be in the other. I keep it in my. Oh yeah, this is the Fibs book. I got the wrong book. In this book. Here it is. She sent me this some years ago. Rabbit Trail 1 and Rabbit Trail 2. Dee says to watch out for you. I keep this handy because I love it. It just makes me smile every time I look at it. So, yeah. All right. So now I'm going to get into a little bit of the magenta here and start shading the narwhal itself. So. But because it's got this first initial layer of pink paint on there, now it's got a nice tooth to the paper where you can do shading so easy. Be kind or be gone. Yeah, there you go, Julie Topaz. So, and that's why I keep my channel. I try to keep it on art and creativity and inspiration and ideas, our Society of Idea Collector, rather than on, politics and world events and all that. Here again, I don't mind. I'm a debater. I can talk about all that stuff a lot, and I used to be involved in IRC, Merck IRC channels, 20, 25 years ago, and I would debate with the best of them. But that's not what this show is about. I can talk to you about anything in other places. It's just not this place. This channel is not for that. Again, partially because then everybody'd just be arguing. We wouldn't get anything done. There'd be no creativity, no inspiration. Everybody'd just be fighting. So we just don't do it here. Yeah, it does change the way, Christine. Yeah, Christine says that doing a base, it does change the way the pencils work on paper. Yeah. And you can do it over a watercolor wash as well. But the watercolor wash does not give you it gives you a little less tooth than the acrylic does. And that being said, let me also say, when you do the acrylic washes or put acrylic wash where you want, or acrylic paint where you're going to want to do pencil over, you don't want to do it with metallics or satin color, because metallic and satin will not take the pencil. It'll resist. So you want it to be matte. And I like the Americana Deco Art craft paint. It's just craft paint. If you use your more artsy paints, like your Windsor, I won't pull one out right now, but the more artist grade paints, they have a sheen to them. And that sheen can resist. Now, not all of them do, because I was surprised at the Jane Davenport. The Jane Davenport, the reason I did not buy Jane's paints for a long time is because I thought these were going to be such an artist grade paint that it would leave a sheen. But these paints are not, they don't have that sheen that I thought they did. So you can color pencil over these just fine. So the craft paints, I just like Americana Deco Art because I like the colors and everything. But it doesn't say matte anywhere on there. But if it's metallic, it's going to say, they're going to say, like, here's a folk art one that says metallic. If it says metallic or satin, then your color pencil is not going to go over it. So you just want a matte craft paint. Just, they're like $1 a color. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of work my way up here. Let me sharpen again. Yeah, I can do it sometimes depending on Christine. I just don't do it on my channel. It's, discussions like that. If you want an in-depth discussion, it's better just to do it in a messaging or, something like that. Because people, when they know that they're talking in public with a whole bunch of people, they're going to change. They're not necessarily. They're kind of, not that there's anything wrong with this, because there's a place for this too, where you're going to discuss things where if it's in a public forum, you're going to be addressing more than one person. You're going to be addressing everybody that's reading it. So, but if you want more of like an in-depth discussion on a topic, if you want to just talk to that person, if you're talking in private with them, you're going to get more conversation out of it, Let's see. Okay, so you can see how I'm starting to get the magenta shading in here. Let's put a little around the splashes here. It's like kind of like the difference between a private conversation and a speech. Okay, so I'm just gonna. And again, there's more gray and stuff to put up here, but I'm just trying to get a section. What I try to do is, because I know I'm not going to have time to finish a lot of projects, I try to show you multiple techniques in different areas. So even if I don't finish both narwhals, you'll know what I'm going to do with them. So when you see the finished piece, you'll go, oh, well, she showed how to do that. So I don't have to finish both of them here on camera for you to understand the technique. If I do a section like this, and you know how to do it. I'm not trying to do a color along where you color exactly everything I'm doing, pencil for pencil, shade for shade. I'm trying to show you the technique. Okay, so now we got that going. So now I'm going to take my lighter color, which is hot pink, and now I'm going to kind of go over the dark pink and then just bring it up just a little further into the painted area. So it's smoothing out and blending at the same time. It's blending and shading. And you want to take your time with this. I kind of hurry along on the stream so you can see as much as I can possibly show. But take your time when I don't color this fast when I'm coloring by myself. I take my time and enjoy the process. But here I'm trying to show you as many things as I can, because y'all know that's what I like to do. I like to share techniques and inspire you guys to try things. Because let's just do this little tail section first. Just kind of go over all the little areas. And then I'll do two more things just to show you in this little tail area. Now I'm going to take my white pencil, which, well, it disappeared. There's my white pencil. Did it roll away? Well, I got more of them. Here, let me just sharpen one. Okay, so now I'm going to take my white, and now I'm going to really make sure I got it all nice and blended. You can, as long as you don't there it is. As long as you don't hard pressure and get the waxy buildup, you can continue to blend colors. And I'm talking with Prismacolor now. When you use Polychromos or some of the other ones, those are more layering pencils. You have to layer your colors on top of each other because they're harder pencils. But the Prismacolors are very soft and easy to blend. And I just love them because I've used them all my life, and I just like using them. I like the softness of them. Not everybody does. The tip that I always give people when buying them individually is to make sure when you buy them that the core is centered. If your core is not centered on them, if it's like off center, I don't know if I have one sitting here. So I'm really trying to be real careful with them anymore. This one's a little off center. And if you buy them in sets, you don't really get a choice. Oh, okay. I'll look at it after the stream, lady. Thank you. If you buy sets, if you get a whole bunch of them, I would send it back. If you get one or something, but I don't know if you can be able to see this. I'll try to hold it let me hold it like this. It gets a little dark, so I'm so zoomed in. I don't know if you can tell that core is just a little off center. Some of them are real off center. And then those, when you sharpen them, they're going to break. So you got to make sure that when you buy them, at least when you buy them individually, that you make sure that the core is centered so that when you sharpen them, they're not going to break. All right, sharpening again. You want to keep your pencils real sharp. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing on some of the gray here. It's going to blend. Whoops, snap that tip off. You can always go back if you get it too light. Go back in there, and with the dark, y'all know I like a lot of I like high contrast in my coloring. What I see people, let me get a sip of my juice. What I see people doing when they send me pictures and say, I don't like my picture. Why I did it just like you and say I picked all the same colors as you and Sammy, color and chat with Sammy. I picked the same colors y'all do and the same page, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Most of the time, what they've done is they'll maybe get this much shading, and their piece looks like this, with maybe a little shading like this. They don't do enough high contrast. If you want your page to look very dramatic and 3D, and you got to have a lot of contrast like this. Okay, so now I've got this tail kind of done in here, but even then I can still see I might need to go back in here right on some of these edges and get that nice and dark again. Go back in and deepen those colors in there. Okay, then if you want a nice bright highlight, let's say this narwhal's real shiny. I don't know if it is or not. I don't remember if narwhals are shiny. But if you want a nice shine to it, so you might have there might be a nice bright highlight, say right like here, right? But for the most part, if it's shiny, unless you've got some kind of let's say you have fur and then skin, I'm thinking of different animals, then you're not going to have that nice shine. But on a fish or something, you're probably going to have a shine that runs all the way across the whole thing. So, and then just kind of tap it like that. So it's going to go not just on the pink part, but it would be across the gray, across the stripe. It would have a shine right across the whole fin area, right across the whole stripe. So if you want to get a nice shine over the whole, for lack of a better word, fin, because I'm not sure if you'd call this a fin, the tail fin or whatever, then you can do something like that, and it's going to give you, like, it looks like it's got a complete shine across it. Okay, we just want a little dark. Let's see. See how that does? Tilt it a little. So it looks like the whole thing is shiny, not just a little section. You want the whole shine to go across the whole thing. Does that make sense? See, the same thing now. I'm not quite done enough here to do that. See, that's the kind of stuff you want to add on the top after you're completely done with the coloring underneath. So let's just blend this in here a little. A little more of the pink. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this. Oh, I want to do a little bit of here. Let me do a little bit of the water area before we go. Okay, so now again, right there on that fin, it's kind of bright, but if you add one nice highlight going right across the top of it like that, look how that makes it look like, maybe not quite that far down. Look how it makes that look like it's shiny. See how that makes it look like it's shiny right there? And I'll do the same on all the different sections. But you got to do the underpin, the underbase first before you do that. No, let me just get this area just a little bit more shadowed up underneath there. See how that looks? Thanks, some big jerk gave me a thumbs up. Some names really crack me up. Okay, now up in here, so here's where I said you could just wash right over all this, so you kind of have that watery look. Now I can do a couple of different things. I can do some shading under the narwhal to make some of the water a little bit more colorful, dramatic, like kind of close up to his body there. Okay, so I could do some shading around and up underneath like this, you know, just to give the water a little more punch. Okay, so I can kind of, and then kind of feather it out so it's not real harsh. But like these bubbles here, all these bubbles, I can do them, and you could do them with a different color Posca too. You could do it with, or just do it with a paintbrush and a paintbrush and an acrylic paint. But you can go in here, and I could do these white bubbles, and then I could shade them. Now you got to wait till this dries. Make sure that this is acrylic paint and a pen, so you got to make sure that's dry before you go in here with some pencil. But you can go in there and then just do a little shading around those bubbles too. The same thing with like these little jellyfish. I'm going to want them to be kind of blue because I just want them to kind of be kind of in the background, not take away from the pink narwhal. But you can go in here with either your pencil, or you can go in here with pens or gel pens. I just, me, I just like my pencils. So the thing about this is my pencil will go over any of this paint. It'll go right over acrylic paint, even white. White will go right over. You can get this straight back to a white color on top of acrylic paint. I've shown you. I don't have my demo sheet right here in front of me where I've done that before. Need to sharpen again. could do a little bit of shading here. Maybe do some darker and lighter, a couple of different shades of the aqua, or even go into a different color aqua. So these little jellyfish, do a little bit of blending. You can go in there with your Posca and do some highlighting. And take your time. So you can get in there with, other colors and whatever. Okay. And the same thing now, this will be dry by now. I can get in here and just put a little bit of a shadow around some of these bubbles just to make them stand out. You can add more if you want. Add more bubbles. There's not enough there. Same thing for these splashes that I'm doing that are kind of splashing across the narwhal's body. Then you can go in there with your white highlight and make those splashes really stand out. You could add a few more bubbles. So just so y'all can kind of see. All right, let me back out so you can kind of see what it looks like because we're so zoomed in. Now let's zoom back in one. That's a little too far. There we go. So you can kind of see where we've done just from a base coat, a wash of acrylic paint, craft paint, and then shading your pencil on top of it, and with a white Posca, and I will go. When I finish it, I'll post it on. I will post it on Instagram, and then again, this is out of the Zodiac Bestiary, Victoria Klein, and let's see. I think I still have in my copy and paste here. I still have her link there for her Etsy channel. She has other color books too. I've got one other one of hers, and I've done a flip through a couple of times today. So hopefully y'all got the. Hi Gary, and there's Gary Shipman right there. I did show his book. I'm in the middle of reading it, Gary. So I'm reading The Titan Mouse of Might, and it's an awesome book, guys. Gary's art is just so amazing. And somebody asked last week if Gary would make a color book out of this. I said, just buy the book, and then if you want to color it, you don't have to. It's black and white, so you can color Gary's book if you want to color it. But it's an amazing book, Gary. I'm really enjoying it so far. As soon as I finish reading it, I'll either go over and type in a comment over on your channel or wherever you want me to leave a little review on it. But it's a good story. I got my signed copy there. It's a very good book, and it's got like a moral to the story, and I just really like it. So yeah, so that's Gary right there. So if y'all want to follow Gary over on his YouTube channel or on Indiegogo. He's got some different projects going. Like I said, I backed his what's it called? Gothan Beauty? No, what is it called? The sketchbook, Gary. Gothan something. I can't remember now. But anyway, I backed it because it looked really fun. I really like that sketchbook. Gary's got all kinds of his sketchbooks for sale. And so, yeah. But anyway, so again, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed seeing a book show today and a little bit of coloring, a little bit of comic books that I showed earlier, including Gary's, and art books and ways to do journals and everything else. Thank you, Tracy. Goth and Ugly, that's what it is. Goth and Ugly. I thought it was Goth and Beauty, but yeah, Goth and Ugly sketchbook. But it's funny. It's got a lot of Gary's. It's got humor. Of course, Gary's art's amazing anyway. So And Gary does drawing shows on his channel all the time. So y'all go make sure and follow him. Go follow him. Gary Shipman. It doesn't cost you anything to follow a fellow artist. That's my view. It doesn't cost you anything to follow a fellow artist. And it helps them when they get, and I think Gary, when he gets 100,000 views, he's already got the subscribers, but if you get 100,000 views, there's other things you can do, and plus, he's going to do some kind of a giveaway, I think. So go over there and follow Gary, and leave him a comment, and yeah. So I'm going to head out, get some lunch. I'll see you guys at Janet's. Thanks, Kathy Berg. Thanks, Linda McAllister, CB, Christine, Faithfulness, and CB, anybody else, Pamela. Thanks, guys, for joining me today. And we will see you on Wednesday or Janet's or at other streamers. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.